Hello and welcome to the Comicspiracy, episode 397 for the week of April 16th, 2019. My name is Ryan Higgins, and who's with me at the table right here in the physical meat space?
Meat space?
Yes.
Brock Sager.
Jim Jokisch.
Jim! Holy crap, it's been far too long.
It's been a long time.
Red?
Yes, it has been.
Yeah, I gotta turn you up a little tad. Okay, there we go. And then you.
And Kevin. But never mind all that. There's something much more important.
And on the internet, on the cyberwebs, on the digital space, we like to call him the X-Man himself. He is the boy from Santa Clara, but now is in the great state of Oregon, or Oregon, as the rest of the country calls it.
Number 2 cable fan.
Number 2 cable fan.
Woo! Giddy
Bryce
up
Larsen is with
doggies.
us. Bryce is here. Say hello, Bryce.
Hello.
There he is.
Oh, I'm excited. Woo.
Bryce finally figured out how the internet worked and has decided to join us.
No, he figured out how to make a phone call and listen to instructions on how to make the internet work.
So is this
I have been
confirmation?
available this whole time. I'm honored to be out of purgatory and back. It's really just getting
Bryce,
Higgins
is this confirmation that you own a microphone?
Well, it's funny because I'm actually talking to the podcast via the toilet paper tube and string. Oh, no, wait. It was a tin can and string.
I believe it. I believe it. Well, we do have our wonderful 5 headphones into a jack, so it basically sounds like you're talking through a tin can right now, but it's close enough. Our very pro setup from 2009 is still serving us well, so I think we'll keep using it.
I'm so
if we could talk to Scott Snyder like this, we could at least try to talk to Bryce Larsen like this. So.
We have to talk to Bryce now.
Yeah.
When you get Scott,
Bryce,
do you have him do the 3, 2, 1 click on Audacity?
No. We recorded all that on our end. So.
Oh, I see.
But we're gonna we have a very important question for you about the X-Men. There's been some major developments since we've last seen you. But before we get to that, we do have to discuss one thing, and that is Marvel's Avengers Endgame spoilers. No, we are not going to talk about the spoilers because that would be a dick move. I do not know the spoilers. I've not looked at the spoilers.
I don't know the spoilers either.
If people don't know, yesterday on Monday, apparently, massive spoilers came out for Avengers Endgame. I've read a few different takes. Some people said it was only a few minutes. Some people said it was like the last 40 minutes of the movie, where other people have claimed to have seen the entire thing. It seems like it came, the best I heard is that it seems like it came from an international dubbing or subtitling company that someone was in the office when they were going over the movie and recorded it on their phone, right? So it's a terrible version.
Oh man, that company's no longer going to have any business.
Yeah.
So when I was on Twitter, when this first broke, and I was trying to get some sort of verification that people are actually seeing this and not sounding like weird troll or something like that, I saw a video that was not playing. It was the start of a video that was some sideways shot of Thanos, and I'm I don't recognize Thanos. I'm not going to play this video clearly. I don't recognize this picture of Thanos. I'm not going to look into this further. I'm assuming this is what it is. People on Reddit and they just published it. They posted it on YouTube. They didn't even put it somewhere hidden.
Like a little bit of a challenge.
They're just straight to fucking normal YouTube, which is crazy to me.
Well, isn't that based on the clicks that it gets and the trendingness that it has based on their algorithm?
No. People posted the camera leaks, the handheld footage leaks of Endgame to YouTube. There's places they could have put it where it can't be taken down. YouTube is going to be flagged and taken down immediately. I mean, of course, it's going to spread, but
oh, I see what you're saying.
Why the hell would you put it on YouTube? Put it on 8chan or put it on some random site that...
I'm glad we're an educational service for putting stuff up so it's harder to take down.
I don't know what they're thinking. But I'm sure within minutes it was already posted by other people and went everywhere. Isn't
it easy to record off of YouTube?
Yeah, but you can do that off a lot of sites.
So the bottom line is Ryan Higgins is off Twitter completely until this movie opens.
Oh, wait, did you see his tweet?
I did.
He put one out stating that if you put any spoilers on here for me, I will block you. I will unfriend you. Everything
on Twitter. Insta-block if you even joke about tweeting me spoilers. No second chances. Our Facebook group.
What if I do it?
Instant block. I've needed a reason, Brock. I've really needed a reason. Like, this will be the one. On Facebook, the Comic Conspiracy and Geekbox Facebook group. If you joke about spoilers, if you post anything outside the one thread that we've allowed people to use, if you post any pictures, any descriptions, instant ban. I think you're just a moron if you even look at it. I'm very sorry, but why would you watch this shit version days prior to the movie coming out, right? Like, I don't get it at all.
Oh, wait, 2 weeks? 2 weeks
Not
out.
even. A week and a few days.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 9 days.
I mean, I can understand watching, shitty, handheld footage of like a trailer because it's
sure.
They
totally
because they like bogart that stuff like it's super uber special. It's like, no, just release it the same day. Like
trailer, I have no problem with. The actual movie, like, I am in just complete shutdown mode at this point, and I've been there for months.
You muted Thanos,
so I did. So I actually went on Twitter and I was like, I muted Thanos, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Endgame, spoilers. Like, I just muted a ton of words.
You forgot Black Widow.
She's got another movie coming. I'm pretty confident she's going to stick around.
But did you mute Invaders?
Oh, no, that was it's the reprint comic this week called Avengers Endgame. Has the Invaders in it. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe we've known all along that it was the Invaders. So
Bryce is right now looking all this stuff up to see if there's anything he can find.
Oh God, no.
I'm like,
did we lose
Invaders?
Bryce? Oh, there he is.
Is that a DC movie?
You just said, what are the Invaders?
No, I'm just
said
joking.
Did you get your tickets? Have we talked? Did you get your Endgame tickets?
Hey, what day is the opening day? I have tickets for next Thursday night. Is that opening night?
That's opening day.
Yep.
Opening day. I'm seeing it, baby.
I think it opens like in Australia on Wednesday, maybe. Like it's opening early.
I'll check and see when it's opening in Taiwan. I'll know. So
yeah,
if it was opening in Taiwan, it would have opened.
But
this week, I
believe it's
this Thursday it would open.
I believe it's a universal opening for every other country. For some reason, I think Australia had it like on Wednesday for some, but I don't know why. But as far as I know, everyone else is getting it at the same time.
Because Australians live in the future.
Maybe that's why. That it's actually Tuesday for everyone else and Wednesday for Australia.
If they open it on Thursday in Taiwan, it'll be our Wednesday
night. Yeah. So I mean, Wednesday I am in like extreme shutdown mode because people would have legitimately seen it by that point. So, but yeah, at this point I'm definitely.
So if you live around here, come in with like fake footage on your phone and walk in while you buy comics and say, "Hey, look, Ryan, check this out."
No second chance.
Insta-ban.
People are going to be coming in on Thursday or Friday. Speculators buying stuff, and you're going to be wondering why. Because they heard the spoilers from freaking Australia.
That's a great show. Do you have Avengers 163? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Do you have the first Cosmic Ghost Rider?
No one does.
I think I do.
That's not Thanos, right? Yeah, that's not Thanos.
Donny Cates, baby. Oh, his Guardians.
No. First,
so good.
Yeah, it's not Thanos.
Guardians.
What,
so
Cosmic
good.
Ghost Rider? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was in Thanos.
Cosmic Ghost Rider first appeared in Thanos 12.
Yeah, 13? No, 13. I guess
I thought it was 12.
No, because
12 or 13, one of the
12.
two.
Yeah.
My son loves the fact that it's the freaking Punisher. He loves
spoilers.
it.
Spoilers.
Everybody knows by now.
Wait,
didn't I spoil that for everyone like 6 months ago or something?
I think you did.
Well, moving on.
By the way, what happens to Ned Stark? Anyway, so yeah,
I rewatched it recently, so I know.
I think at this point, the point is most people know.
Yeah. So Endgame, we will have our normal episode next week, as normal as this podcast ever is. And the week after will be our big Endgame spoiler podcast. So,
crap.
So be on the lookout for that.
I'm flying on that day.
On that Tuesday?
Aw,
are you?
Yeah, I am.
Thank God.
Push the flight.
I might have to push the flight. I might have to push it to Wednesday.
Why are you pushing your flight? Because I need to be on a podcast.
That should be. We should have a big crew here for that. So that should be a good one.
Well, I could have done. I could have done it before now. Now I can. Now they said it. I can't do it.
It's true. I still haven't got my tickets.
I thought you did.
No, because didn't know if we were because I'm.
Oh, that's right. You're a jerk and you're not bringing your kids. That's right. We talked about this.
Yeah. How? Okay. Really? Being a jerk. I think I'm not bringing my kids, so I don't end up being a jerk to my kids.
No, your kids are fine. His kids were in here the other day, and I'm like, "Yeah, you guys gonna go see Endgame?" They're like, "Yeah, can we go see Endgame?" And Brooke's like, "No, I'm gonna go see it first, and then we'll go later." And I'm like, "Wow, your dad's an asshole." And they're like, "Yeah, Dad, you're a jerk." And I was like, "Yeah, you are a jerk. Take your fucking kids to see Endgame."
Bryce, you're taking your kids?
And then after my kids left, you're like, yeah, no, it's okay for you not to take your kids in.
I didn't say that. Take your kids to Endgame.
I'm taking my kids. It's the midnight
Not
showing.
the first.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, we're going to up to see their aunt that weekend.
Oh, that's
so-
right. No, you did tell me. That's right. You're going to be
So
out of
it's like
town.
this big-
You are going when you're up there.
It's this weird.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I could most likely get an easy seat, one seat for me on Thursday night after
Sure.
kids go to bed,
Sure.
or just do it Friday. So,
Yeah.
but I'll be
that's right.
viewing it up in Escalon.
Sorry, you're not going to be here.
I'm thinking Friday matinee.
Yeah, I think if you want a Friday matinee, you're gonna be okay. If you're just looking for like one seat,
Yeah.
If you don't need two connected seats, you're fine. But I think if you're going with a group, you're like forget it.
Yeah.
I heard last week that tickets were selling out for like the weekend after. Like shows were like coming close to selling out, or like all good seats were taken for the following weekend. Which I really outside of Star Wars, that just doesn't happen.
The new Star Wars trailer dropped too.
Yeah, we talked about it on the Geekbox a little bit last night. We'll talk about that.
We'll touch on it later.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, so let's.
Yeah, and we really need to crank up the Bryce quotient here because he's way too quiet.
No,
This is a great podcast with Bryce on. What are you talking about? He's
I'm
present and somewhat accounted for.
I'm going right into it because we talked about it, but the people need to hear Bryce discuss Jonathan Hickman on X-Men, House of X and Power of X, 2 6-issue miniseries
Sounds
that
like
will,
80s
that will be
movies.
sort of kind of crisscrossing each other. Well, it was a Pepe Larraz and who's the artist on the other one?
R.B.
I don't
Silva.
remember. Oh, R.B. Silva, yeah. Bryce, the people need to hear.
Oh, well, I didn't know how long your intro was going to go. I'm looking at the covers right now. So all we have is the covers, but holy hot dog, llama llama red pajama. This is going to be extremely exciting. So yeah, I'm super excited. I still to this day have not read the Fantastic Four that Hickman did, even though I've heard from everybody and their baby mama that how good it is. But goddamn,
it's really
his Avengers stuff was so incredible, and it's funny too because like so much stuff that happened in his Avengers, a good story and a good writer when it actually makes an impact years down the line. That's not the only qualification of a good writer, obviously, but one of the hallmarks is that your stuff sort of what's the expression? There's legacy potential. It like keeps on being pertinent. And what he did with Avengers was kept on going. That like the characters that I assume he either created or made popular. Again, kept on coming back, and his Infinity Gem stuff with the time travel stuff that was incredible. And that was in this last what was that Guardians Infinity Gauntlet Infinity Wars that they just had Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
That was awesome, and they pulled on a fair amount of. What's that?
You want to tell us about that Return to Wolverine stuff?
He said that Infinity Wars was a pile.
Infinity Wars was worse. Oh, sorry. Return of Wolverine was worse.
Yeah, Return of Wolverine has been just hot garbage, but I liked Infinity Wars.
It was just kind of nothing.
Isn't that just kind of the mashup?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of. I mean, sort of. So speaking of sort of like Fallout, there's not going to be, I don't think, much fallout from the Infinity Wars, which means maybe speaks to it being not a very impactful story. But in that story, Hickman's Avengers was referenced, and so my point is that one of the hallmarks of a great story, or great storytelling, or I'm not sure. There's probably some wise quote there, but involves there being some ongoing fallout from that. What's the good version of Fallout? Fallout Boy. Okay.
The aftermath.
So I'm very excited. So House of X. All we have is this cover, which has, I'm not. Do we even know who that is? Is that the X X-Man. Is that Charles Xavier from Astonishing X-Men? What was his name again? Just X. It was just X, right?
Yeah, X.
So
it looks like
that
what's
him?
his name from Ultimate Fantastic Four, the one that
Oh!
Thinker. What's it called?
Yeah, the Maker.
Yeah, Maker.
Yeah.
Maker. It looks like Maker, but I don't know that it's supposed to be.
It's because he's just a skinny ass Caucasian.
I'm assuming it's.
Oh, it's also because he has that crazy helmet.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's.
Isn't that the Franklin Richards from the Ultimate Universe?
What's that?
That character?
Maker?
Yeah.
No, it's
No, it's Reed Richards.
No, it's Reed.
It's Reed. Oh.
Yeah. But
no,
but I
I'm
think the
assuming
person in that
it's-
cover is Charles Xavier, based on this what the article says. Charles Xavier
I'm
reveals
assuming
his
it's-
master plan for mutant kind. So like somehow he's back and he's walking.
Well, yeah, because they didn't. What did they end up doing in Astonishing X-Men with X? He was a clone. What was he? I don't remember.
I mean, yeah, I don't really remember. That was like almost a year ago.
Yeah, they kind of just dropped that story and didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, so I'm fake X-Men fan. I don't remember, but yeah, as far as I
send you all the
recall,
books.
they just sort of like went their own way, and he was never or he has not yet been brought up again. So I don't think that
Right.
it's going to be him. Unless this whole Charles Xavier reveals his master plan for mutant kind, they're referring to X as Charles Xavier. But you know what? I have so much respect for Hickman. I don't like he gets into like the meat and like the canon. You know who he's not going to have in his stories, and watch this on the Bryce bingo card for why I'm wrong. Is he's not going to have characters like Ink or these characters that are like these garbage characters that they keep trying to make happen, like Fetch. It's like, stop trying to make ink happen.
Yeah, garbage characters like Starbrand and
Extreme.
shit. Who was
Adam X, Jim.
who are the other
Adam
garbage
X, yeah.
characters?
Now, I know you're talking about Starbrand and.
Are you talking about
was it
Starbrand
Night
from
Mask?
the new universe?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
Night?
Hickman.
Was it Night Mask?
Yeah,
No,
Night
I'm not
Mask,
saying that
yeah,
everything
yeah.
he touched was gold, but like, he had some really good stuff, and the story was like, in total, a great story.
I know, I'm joking.
I know. Anyway, so I expect Hickman. I expect that to be Charles Xavier, and for him to be like, I don't know, working with core characters. Although, as soon as I was saying that, a little thought bubble entered my mind, which is, do you remember when Whedon did? I believe it was Astonishing.
Yeah, Astonishing was fantastic.
He invented, as far as I understand, armor. And she showed up in like issue 1 of
she's been around.
Whedon stuff, and she was like a no name. And so maybe this isn't Professor X. Maybe this is that X guy. Maybe he's just trying to make X happen. X gonna give it to you. So I don't know, but I'm very excited because I hear that Wolverine sells books, and Magneto's just a Banffy motherfucker, and you got Cyclops and Charles Xavier on the same cover. What could go wrong?
So
Time for a new mutant massacre to get rid of some of these B characters.
in the
Well, they had the whole. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say in the Power one as well. They have a bunch of weird characters, like
Oh, I mean, yeah. I was going to get to that one.
yeah, it's a bunch of future characters. Like there's belief that it's a bunch of future versions of characters like Kitty Pryde and Colossus's kid or something like that. But I love that Nimrod's coming back. Nimrod's one of my favorite. Like,
There you go. That's how you get rid of those characters.
yeah,
He is
kill 'em
such a
all.
great-
Yeah, kill them all. Exactly.
Well, so the reason
Well, we
in
got rid of the X Kids before, and now we're getting new X Kids.
well, so is that what Powers of X? So it looks like Professor X and Kitty are. Or wait, what does it say? Intertwining with House of X. Powers of X reveals the secret past, present, and future of mutant kind, changing the way you look at every X-Men story before and after. So yeah, probably some timeline stuff. Nimrod's in there, so it's probably timeline stuff. I'm glad that you said that was Kitty and Colossus's daughter, because I thought that was some sort of amalgamation of Ilyana and Colossus.
I was going to say it looks more like magic.
Well, because
but yeah,
she has the
that's
Soul
rude.
Sword, which takes up like a third of the cover.
yeah. A couple of the articles said that it was like, oh yeah, it looks like Kitty and Colossus, and I'm like, I guess. Or it could be magic. Like, we don't know, really. They haven't really got into the specifics of a lot of this. I would have, I mean, gun in my head, I would have said magic right off the bat. So,
well, yeah, so my immediate reaction was that, somehow through, well, pun not intended, or is it, magic, that it was, like, that somehow somebody squishes together Magic and Colossus into one character.
Yeah, I don't know what Loki's doing there either, so.
Oh, is that Loki?
I mean, it looks like.
Well,
it looks like
there's
a Loki's like a Loki kid or something.
I would bet you money that is not Loki. You know who that is? That's like the what happened with LaRocca and Claremont's Extreme X-Men when he brought back house favorite Lifeguard and her brother. Do you remember them? Those classic gems.
What's that?
Lifeguard and the brother.
Oh, Lifeguard. Oh, yeah.
So
awful.
I bet,
awful.
No, and I'm certain that I'll be wrong, but I'm just looking at this brother and sister in the back that you think looks like Loki and some other guy.
It looks like Loki. It's like the same color scheme and everything.
It's not Loki.
But dude, it looks like a girl and the hair is different just because they're wearing green pants or green tunic.
A Loki sibling or a Loki something.
No, that's no. Your guess is off key. Okay, so anyway, and then they have a little Caucasian Nightcrawler there. That looks cool, and I thought that it would be Nightcrawler, except that in that original poster that was done by who's the guy that makes everything shiny that I love and a lot of people hate? Brooks? Is it Mark Brooks?
Mark Brooks.
He makes everything so shiny.
Yeah.
Anyway, in that original poster, which I can't even look at right now, or I'll make a mess all over my setup here. But Nightcrawler is in the same poster as this other Nightcrawler-ish person.
Right.
So,
all right.
I don't know. I don't know if that is like maybe they're smushing everybody together, and we have Colossus, Ilyana, and this is Nightcrawler and somebody else. It could also be Nightcrawler's half brother. Instead of Mystique and Azazel, it's Azazel and some boring white chick like Moira McTaggart.
What? During the awful Chuck Austin X-Men run, didn't he have another? I have some vague recollection of there being like another Nightcrawler guy running around.
Yeah, that was Azazel, his dad.
Azazel.
Yeah,
Azazel.
but wasn't there someone else? Is it just him?
Who? Nocturne?
Is that his name?
No, Nocturne is his daughter is on Exiles.
Yeah, Nocturne's from a different
okay.
timeline or dimension
right.
or whatever.
Right.
I think that you're wrong, but we've all tried to shut the Chuck Austin run out of our heads, so I mean, you could be right. And it looks like just going through the rest of the characters on this Powers of X cover, it looks like that looks like that Super Sentinel chick that was. I'm not sure if she was Muslim
from the
or
Run?
Indian.
They got gateways on there from the Fall of the X-Men or Fall of the Mutants.
You're talking about the big poster.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about the big poster. The big poster we can also get into, but yeah, it looks like Professor X in his
This
jammies.
podcast is only 2 hours long,
of...
Bryce. We don't have that much time.
What are you talking about? We have plenty of time.
Oh, that poster was so good.
The poster is good.
Yeah, so I don't know. Basically, what's going to happen is these are all going to be brand new characters, and we're like speculating, and we're going to just be wildly wrong. But that is the Soul Sword, so at least we have that. I see what you're saying about the Loki look, but I don't. I deny you. I'm swiping left or right or whichever is the bad one. And then, yeah, I don't know what's with evil Professor X and his little jammies, but that's awesome. And then who knows? Maybe that's Cypher in the background, and he gets like minimal billing because he's just the absolute worst. But he's still better than all of DC because he's an X-Man. So
What the who?
Firestar's in there too.
why do you,
again,
Jim, stop looking at the big poster? Nobody's looking at the big poster.
I'm looking at the big poster. It's awesome.
That big
Yeah,
poster is
Firestar
really
being on
awesome.
the big poster is the only reason I half paid attention to it. I was like, yeah, whatever more. Ooh, Firestar.
Hey,
right.
Dazzler's Firestar, Dazzler. Yeah,
Holy shit!
it's
Okay,
awesome.
so I'm now looking at the big poster.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we
Jim got me jonesing. So there's like randomly like a scorpion. I'm trying to like see like what I missed, and there's like randomly a scorpion on the bottom. Who's sitting on the bench? Professor X, obviously, but is that Jean Grey? I assume it's Jean Grey, but like, is it somebody like Kitty Pryde or Moira McTaggart?
Oh,
or
it
something?
could be Moira McTaggart.
Yeah. And then you have just a ton of like awesome like blasts from the past, and they're all shiny.
There's like 3 different Wolverines on that one.
So yeah, there's. Wait, did you say 3? Am I?
Yeah, I see a Weapon X. I see
I see that one.
Astonishing X-Men, and then black leather costume, and then there's a Wolverine and brown costume over to the.
Wait, where's black leather? Love the black leather.
It's right next to Cyclops.
Oh my gosh!
Cyclops.
Did you guys? What was it? It was Age of X-Men. Oh, I read this and I had to bring it up. I was catching up on. Was it Uncanny or was it Age of? It was a couple weeks ago now, but dude, Maggot is officially back in action. He was joining the fight against X-Man when they all had to fight against X-Man. How awesome is that Maggot is not gone? Anyway, so I'm looking at
worst news of 2019.
Ryan just checked out, so you know.
So sorry about that.
Worse than Doomsday Clock's 2-month delay. Okay.
Hey, by the way, can we talk about Doomsday Clock after this? Because what the fuck was that last issue?
Bryce, I have a legit non-troll question for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Speaking of character being better than all of DC because it's an X-Man.
Yeah.
So no trolling. I'm completely serious.
Yeah.
What is your interest level, excitement level, general thoughts on Major X?
Oh, I mean, I absolutely am just hate it and I'm going to buy it. I mean, was that ever a question?
I think that's the default for
right
a
there
lot
with
of
you.
Marvel fans.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I hate it.
I absolutely,
I'm still going to buy it.
There's been a couple. I'm at the point now with X-Force where I'm going to keep buying X-Force, but X-Force is such garbage that I'm going to flip through it quickly, read some high-level stuff, mainly get the story through the pictures, which is going to make my eyes bleed, and so I have to flip through it very quickly because that art, man. And Bryce's son is just so, I think, tepid and cold. He's not even hot and cold because
Here comes the entire Sunnyvale's police department. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. We're done.
Okay, thank God.
We're only talking to Bryce, people. He's not here.
Yeah, I was I don't hear anything. Anyway,
is Major X on your pull list?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
it
not
an X
joking.
title?
I'm going to buy it and I will flip through it just like I do with X-Force currently.
I'm going to slip a note
Do you have your
that says
Spider-Man?
Sucker!
Do you have your Spider-Man Deadpool 47 first cameo of Major X?
Spider-Man Deadpool 47?
Yeah.
I must have missed that one.
He doesn't even know.
No.
It's on the third page.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently
I'm not
Rob
going to be hunting it
Liefeld.
down. I'm actually not a big...
Liefeld had a big rant about it last week, and he's pissed
Who's
that
pissed?
they put that cameo in there because he's doing his own cameo on his website, and he said he will not sign a Spider-Man Deadpool 47.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld created this character, and the last page of Major X #1 is this, it shows the character, and he did a variant cover with him on the cover that's going to be a variant for Major X, and he's like, yep, this is the first appearance of this character. Well, apparently the creative team on Spider-Man Deadpool slipped him into the back page of a previous issue.
No.
After the artwork was done, but before the comic was published. So it's technically his first cameo appearance is this other book that Rob Liefeld didn't do, and Liefeld's pretty mad about it. So
How funny.
it is pretty funny.
That's great.
X is a completionist, and he's going to buy all the books.
So I'm not a
He's not.
completionist, and I'm also not a key hunter or whatever you want to call it.
I'm both.
I'm yes, you are. I'll spend more money to support the what do you not the brands. I want to support the X brand within Marvel, and so voting with my cash. Although I'm sure it makes absolutely no difference on their radar. But if people, in their suits are sitting down to meetings at Marvel headquarters and they're like, holy shit, we're even selling this piece of shit to Higgins' shop? Jesus Christ. we got to do,
Hey, man.
we got to support the X-Men more. That's what they're going to be saying.
I ordered a shitload of Major X and we sold out. I mean, it's $20 on eBay already, so.
Shut the front door.
Seriously?
I didn't order quite as many number 2s, but, it's going to sell out, so.
Did you order more than 3 number 2s?
Yes, I did. Yeah, we had a lot of pre-orders for number 2.
Well, there's a bunch of people that are like, I hate it, but I'm going to buy it.
And a lot of speculators, so whatever.
Speculator, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I'm not a speculator. Okay, wait, going back to this poster before we wrap it up, I'm so excited for everybody on there, but I have to know, who is the grumpy patch-looking guy in between Emma and Cyclops? Do we know who that is?
Hold on.
Is it just Patch?
I'm looking.
I don't think Patch is a
maximum
mutant.
enjoyment. I hope whoever's listening has the poster pulled up in front of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, that is bad radio. I should have said, just if you Google search Hickman X-Men, this poster is like the first link.
Yeah,
it's a giant shiny thing, and it looks just so incredible.
Is it Namor?
Between Emma and Cyclops?
Yeah, right below Jubilee. Who's that grumpy looking motherfucker?
That's another Wolverine.
Yeah. There's like 4 Wolverines on the cover or something. Or
No,
6
I only saw
Wolverines.
3, but
That's
okay.
not
Okay, yeah.
What? That's a Wolverine?
Yeah,
Where's his
that's the
wingtip
black
hair?
costume. That's the black leather costume gear, right? And like
The movie one.
Is it a chef costume?
huh?
Is that a chef costume
Yeah,
for Return
yeah,
to
yeah.
Wolverine?
That's Wolverine, man.
Fucking bad.
He's even wearing the dog tags.
And what's the story with the baby X-Men? I guess we'll find out. Are we going back to the Mojoverse? Can't wait for that.
Ooh,
We got a little.
Oh, you like the baby Havoc?
I have my attention.
Thanks, babies.
X-Babies are great.
Beast is back to looking normal, thank God. Although
Bishop has his
see.
mullet again.
Oh, love Bishop's mullet.
Well, we're going to move on from this poster,
Okay,
but we
okay.
have more.
Oh, but dude, I'm
We have
so
more.
Yeah,
excited.
great radio,
My
right?
point is that if he could do a multi-year intermingling arc of X-Men, and now the X faction of Marvel actually has support because they're going to get the properties back, so they'll actually support them again. And we're talking about the beginning of the golden age of X-Men Part 3, because it would be the third golden age of X-Men, because the X-Men never stop getting cool, because each age is about 20 years. So
I just saw House of X by Hickman, and I'm like, all I saw was that No More Mutants line, but instead of No More Mutants, it said everyone's a mutant.
Yeah.
all the mutants.
Well,
to dream.
you're not wrong, because not only is Jonathan Hickman taking over the X-Men books, we are also getting the return of the best X-Men comic of all time. Sorry, the second best X-Men comic of all time.
The Amazing Maggot?
That is Peter Milligan and Mike Allred's
Oh,
X-Statix
fucking
with Jim's favorite character of all time, Dupe.
I don't mind Dupe.
Dupe,
It's the rest
baby.
of them that suck ass.
I actually don't see Dupe on this cover anywhere.
You are so funny, Higgins. You like Dupe, but you
I take
hate
it back.
Gwenpool.
I take it back. Dupe is in this because it's in Mike Allred's preview pages. Dude, I love Dupe. I love X-Statix.
How do you love Dupe?
So excited for the
Hey,
return
Dupe,
of X-Statix.
Dupe hangs out with everybody. Dupe is awesome.
Dupe is everywhere.
I'll give
Higgins,
him
how do you not
Dupe is like the
Dupe,
original
but you
emoji
or sorry, how do you like
right?
Dupe but not like Deadpool and you love Squirrel Girl? Never mind. Fuck.
Dupe is like the Batmite of the Marvel universe. Okay, I
don't think it's that far.
Is he better than
Impossible
Batmite?
Man is more the Batmite of the Marvel universe.
He's just
okay?
he's just a very quirky, cool character that I like, and so we're getting an X-Statix one shot. Which I am.
Oh, it's not a
stupid
series.
excited for.
Okay.
Yeah, I am very,
Yeah, that's the
very
surprise.
excited.
Okay, you can
It's
order.
not a
You can have the
goddamn
X-Statix. I step aside.
Hopefully, it sells well enough that they continue to do more of them. Because I was.
They're going to bring back Zeitgeist and
It's
and kill
Zeitgeist.
him in the first issue again.
I was going to say it's
Zeitgeist, sorry,
it's-
Zeitgeist,
It's
you're right.
the whole team except they all died.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with this, but
Mojoverse.
they're all back. So I'm very, very, very excited about the
I
return.
need a Mojo
Kevin,
statue.
what's your thoughts? Do you like Dupe?
I don't think I've read X-Statix.
Oh,
You're not missing anything.
You haven't wasted any of your time. Then that's good.
I know who Dupe is just from the pictures, but I don't think I could comment.
It's like an early mucus advertisement.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying here. I forgot. I've got to comment even if I know nothing about the topic. Isn't that how these things roll? Dupe sucks, man. That's the worst character
what the
ever.
Heck? You're off this podcast. Also, this weekend,
does suck.
besides people leaking Avengers Endgame, there was a little thing called Star Wars where we got
Celebration
our
in Chicago,
Star
right?
Celebration. We got our Star Wars trailer.
Yes.
Hopefully, the
This
redemption.
is where Bryce can go away for a minute because we're going to talk spoilers on the trailer.
No. We're not going to talk about the trailer at all. But we are going to talk very briefly about the new Star Wars comics because they're going to do a ton of new stories and new characters and new arcs, but new creative team specifically taking over the main Star Wars book and with Greg Pak and Phil Noto, which I think is Phil Noto especially is a great choice. Starting with issue number 68.
I think one of the biggest things with the Star Wars books since Marvel's got them back and relaunched them, is that they've kept consistent with having a good solid creator writer and a good artist ongoing for the thing. They haven't skimped out and been like, oh, we need to fill an issue and just picked up some random person from Artist Alley because they're like, you draw for us now, right?
No, they've had some good. They've good creative team.
Legit, Star Wars has always had a quality artist and good writer on it since the relaunch.
Yeah, and it drives the comic fans crazy because they keep siphoning off half the good talent for the superhero stuff to give to the Star Wars people. God damn it, Star Wars, get a room.
Yeah, but I mean, Kieran Gillen's Marvel stuff never really clicked, and so his Star Wars stuff is doing way better than his Marvel stuff ever did. So I don't think you're going to lose so much. He lost Jason Aaron for a couple of years.
Oh, they've had some great runs. Vader was amazing. Vader Omnibus is really good.
And like I said, Kieran Gillen's not his independent work, but his Marvel work specifically. His Vader stuff sells way better than what he did.
The stories are fantastic.
Remember his Thor run?
Oh, it was rough. We found out another book that is ending. Fortunately, it won't be ending for quite some time.
You forgot to say something about the comic. They're doing a comic based on the Disneyland Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, that comes out. Yeah, that was months ago. Yeah, that comes out soon.
We can't say anything about the Star Wars trailer?
You could say whatever you want about the Star Wars trailer.
Can I say what the title was?
Sure, yeah.
Hey, Bryce, you're not going to watch it, right?
Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, no, I've seen I know what the title is.
Oh, okay.
I don't hide in a cave.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but Higgins already did it, so I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. If I was afraid of, the title being
the trailer looks amazing, and everybody's saying JJ got the fan base back right off the bat. With the trailer, we'll see what happens. So
it's a Star Wars movie. I'm gonna go watch it.
Oh, we're gonna go watch it anyway, regardless.
I'm whatever. Last Jedi had its problems. Yes, Ryan, it had its problems. I get it. It's major, huge. Yeah. It's a piece of shit. They should have just scrapped the whole thing. I get it.
It definitely has its problems. But I'm super excited.
Well,
for
they kind of in the lead up to releasing the trailer, they kind of broached on that subject a little bit about Then they said, well, with Jedi. Ryan Johnson did his thing, and and nobody ever really gave him, he did a good job or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said anything like that.
Yeah,
and they're like,
I saw that.
Okay,
they just sort of were like, he told his story, and now we're going to tell another story.
Yeah.
And I mean, internally, everything we heard was that everyone at Lucas and everyone at Disney loved Last Jedi, but it just did. So did everyone at Warner Brothers for Batman v Superman, right? But you can't. You just don't know how
there's no way
to go, right?
No, dude, come on.
It's true.
Come on.
He just floored Bryce. He just laid on the floor.
Come on. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
Internally at Warner Brothers.
Hey, Last Jedi is kind of like the Quantum of Solace of the James Bond movies. I mean, it's just no good.
No, I mean,
it's worse than the other ones.
Higgins, stop trying to make the DC extended universe happen. Nobody.
If you read any stories about Warner Brothers, they were floored by the negative reaction. Internally, the higher ups and at least the people in charge thought they had a guaranteed hit.
Well, if they need an impartial opinion, they should not hire me because they can go burn in hell.
But internally, everyone at Disney and Lucas loved Last Jedi, and clearly, despite the scumbags that don't like it for stupid reasons, a lot of just regular Star Wars fans didn't like it, so it's very, conflicted.
Very controversial.
Yeah, among fans.
But I think it's good that Disney's gone back to Abrams.
I think so too,
and kind of course correcting and seeing where it goes. Because I mean, Last Jedi, for what its problems were, which we're not going to get into it because that would be an entirely long podcast. We don't need to worry about. But no, the trailer got me super excited. I was a little bummed it wasn't the Beat teaser trailer that we normally get from Lucasfilms.
But after they released the trailer, then they also released the fact that they stated that after the next movie, they're going to take a break from Star Wars for a little while.
Yeah,
they're going to give the franchise a chance to reset.
Yeah,
they're taking a break from the movies. They're still going to be doing like The Mandalorian and probably dumping a couple other things on.
Is The Mandalorian not going to be a movie?
No, a TV series.
Show. It's coming out on the Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus, another
service,
another streaming service for Higgins to remind us why he doesn't like streaming services or whatever.
Yeah, the Mandalorian looked. I saw a clip of it with IG-8 spinning around, shooting the hell out of people. So the
thing is like if
who's IG-8?
This streaming
bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's the robot bounty hunter.
Okay, I've seen that movie. The one from the first
No,
one.
this streaming service, I'm excited for it because it's a reasonable, like $6.99 is a reasonable price for.
Oh, we're gonna get into the
that.
streaming service in a minute. I want to finish do one more comic or a couple more comic things. Then the streaming service stuff is something we're gonna.
You want to talk about
Yeah.
House of X and Power of X and how there's Warlock and Gateway?
We're done with
That's
the poster,
awesome, right?
Bryce. Move on.
Another book that Bryce likes a lot. I know this. Saga has announced its ending at issue 108. So
that's great.
We're
Can we
halfway.
get 51 out anytime soon.
54, 55.
Is it 55?
Yeah, because it ended at 54.
Oh, it did. Okay.
So while it is still on hiatus, Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples' Saga will be returning. They said they are at the halfway point, so they are guaranteeing. Well, I guess not guaranteeing, but they are claiming 108 issues for Saga. So
is this Tom King's run on Batman?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, Tom King's, I think.
No, he stated it's about 106.
Is it? I guess it would be 104 if you discount the Flash crossovers.
The second one, not the first one. Because
he didn't write the first one.
He didn't write the first one?
No. He didn't.
Okay.
So it's 100 plus 4. So yeah, issue 104 would be Tom King's last issue.
Well,
of
no,
Batman.
because he did a couple of the annuals. Didn't he? Did annual 2?
Did he?
Annual 2 was his.
Was it
Tom King?
I don't.
Annual 2 was Tom King.
Dude, the man thing, swamp thing, whatever, annual brings a tear to my eye. That was Tom King, baby.
Was it?
Yeah, the Catwoman chase.
Oh, that was another annual. Oh no, I was thinking the swamp thing, whatever, is a special winter special.
That's the winter special.
But yeah, he's right about the Catwoman thing. That is an annual.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he wrote the first 2.
I'm
not 100% sure on the first one. But.
Yeah, so he says it's going to be a while, but Brian K. Vaughan says, Fiona and I are excited to finally share with everyone that this compendium, they were going to do a compendium of the first 54 issues in one book, like they've done for Walking Dead and other titles, represents the first half of our story, a planned 108-issue epic. We are so grateful to our amazing readers for their support and patience, and we hope this compendium will be the perfect holiday gift to help introduce your loved ones to the continuing adventures of Hazel and her star-crossed family.
Dude, Kevin, can you grab me a compendium real quick? I just want to drop it on the table.
No.
Please don't.
Merry Christmas, dunk!
So
Compendium's
Saga,
about 3 inches thick, so...
yeah,
At least it's not an omnibus.
At least 3 inches thick. So Saga is going to be we're halfway through. We also have a bunch of new titles being announced from DC.
It's going to be 108 issues, but we don't know when it's coming back.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
you don't know. There have been a lot of people waiting for the Walmart comics that DC published to start hitting comic book stores, and we've got the first news about the at least the miniseries. So Brian Michael Bendis and Nick Darrington on Batman Universe, which is a 6-issue miniseries. Superman Up in the Sky by Tom King and Andy Kubert and Sandra Hope. That is a 6-issue miniseries. And Wonder Woman Come Back to Me by Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti. Thank God Amanda Palmer's not writing it.
If Amanda Palmer was writing it, what would you do?
I would not buy it. Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Chad Herron. These all come out in July. Jim's barely taking a picture of us. Hello. Wow,
Hi.
what was that? Jim's phone just lit up like Christmas. So these are all 6-issue miniseries. These are reprints, if you want to call them a reprint, of the original material that were in the Walmart exclusive 100-page Giants. Now, I know by the end of the year, we're supposed to be getting the original 100-page Giants here as well of all the new material. So these, of course, will also come out in a graphic novel format down the road. I'm actually surprised they're doing a 6-issue mini. I figured they would have gone straight to original graphic novel.
They should have just gone straight to original graphic novel.
But, whatever. I'll buy this too. That's fine with me. But maybe the bigger news, and I'm very curious how this is going to go over.
Is it bigger than 3 inches thick?
So we're getting a ton of new books a ton of variant covers from DC in July, like we always do. It is going to be their...
they're doing a theme month again?
The villain, You're the Villain theme month, where it's a nice big face of a villain. You've seen similar shots where they had back in Faces of Evil. They did this about 12 years ago or so.
Yeah, they had Faces of Evil, which like the black cover, and it was just like the...
This is like the headshot of the villain.
A little bit more than a bust.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You got some of their leg and stuff, but it was... Yeah, they did Faces of Evil for... They did variants for pretty much every book.
Yeah. And
then there was 4 by themselves? I think.
Like the specials, yeah. So for Villains Month, they are going to do these special covers that are just the face of the villains, except they are going to be on cardstock cover and $1 more. So if it's a $3.99 comic, the variant cover is going to be $4.99 on a cardstock cover.
And it's
I think
a completely different issue, which Diamond's going to count as a completely different issue.
Well, they're because it's a different price point. So yeah. I know Batman 75 is coming out with a Bane cover.
So Batman 75 is probably going to sell a shit ton of copies.
Joker covers?
But it's not going to hit that mark because they're going to count it as two different books.
And Batman 75 is $4.99, meaning the cardstock variant cover will be $5.99.
And if it was a Marvel book that this was happening to, Brock and Higgins would love to point out
$9.99 if it was Marvel.
Sure. And you would still complain about how they're double counting or double shipping or double
now, Bryce,
making money. You'd complain about something.
If you go to your phone, there are
let me close Marvel Puzzle Quest.
there's many apps on your phone. One of the probably one of the more popular apps on there will be I believe it's the podcast app for the iPhone.
Yeah, I have that. I use it slightly more than my Twitter app.
You can go on the podcast app and you can do a search for a podcast called the Comic Conspiracy Podcast, hosted on the Geekbox Network. Now, if you download those episodes, you can subscribe and download those episodes and listen to the Comic Conspiracy Podcast, featuring a number of hosts from a comic book store in Sunnyvale, California. You would hear very minimal hate coming from most of the hosts towards Marvel, especially in the last year or so, as Marvel
I'm only referencing this for the sake of new listeners. I keep up on all of the recording that you very fine gentlemen do, and I'm just doing this for a little history lesson for new listeners, as we've discussed previously.
As you started talking about an app on your iPhone, blah, blah, I was wondering where you were going with this. That was a long way to go to tell them you don't hate Marvel.
I was about to say, are you going to actually, like step by step, take Bryce through using Comic Hub on air?
No. I should.
Hashtag love the hub. What do you mean you should? I love the hub. I'm using the hub. Still hate the hub, but I'm using the hub.
By the way, the Manipul Captain Cold cover is amazing.
So good.
You're the villain.
Yes. That was the one where I was looking at the list. I'm like, yeah, fine. Ooh, that Manipool cover is
can you cut out these and wear as masks?
You can do whatever you want.
Nobody's stopping you, bro.
At $4.99, you can buy as many as you want and cut them all up.
Hey, $5.99 for the
Bane one. Though these covers look pretty cool, but I really wonder if people are going to bitch. Or I've said this for a while. $4.99's coming. So
this is DC's testing.
Yeah,
they're testing the variants to see.
This is the test market.
To see if they can make a few extra bucks on the variant cover.
I'm just starting to think that they're selling comic books by weight. Like, fuck, those new books are so goddamn.
No. The DC ones are lighter because they're so.
No, they have the stock is mixed. It's all over the place. Like some of them are the poofy lighter paper, some aren't.
So actually, that Year of the Villain event, you're going to have pricing all over the place, right? Because you have the 25-cent issue.
And those, and that's free, right? We're giving those away. Yeah.
Then you've got the cardstock covers $1 more. And then you've got the 3. It's City of Bane.
Yeah.
The Event Leviathan.
Yeah.
Which is its own book, right?
Okay, can we talk briefly about Event Leviathan and what your guys' expectations are for new listeners? Because I'm sure you talked about it. But
we've actually not. I don't think we've talked about it at all.
This is the debut discussion of it.
Well, as I mentioned, I listened to every episode, so I know you didn't. So this is also for new listeners. But so I wanted to get you guys' thoughts, because for me, I'm so glad this is a DC event because I will not be getting it, and I've just been burned too many times by mediocre Hickman. Or I'm sorry.
Were you getting action to begin with?
No.
But I still like Superman-ish, and Bendis story arcs they can be good. They can also be not good.
Action's been fantastic.
Action and Superman have been really good.
Yeah, but I have no idea where they're going with the Leviathan stuff. I have no clue. As far as I'm concerned, Leviathan is Talia al Ghul's shit from Batman Incorporated. I don't know if this is like a separate thing or not. I still don't know.
No, I think it's. I'm trying to remember if in the book they've actually said like Talia, but they're like, no, it's not Talia. It's
they haven't got into it.
Like we don't know.
I also think the name of Event Leviathan's a very weird name.
Event Leviathan.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I think they were like, yeah, it's the event, the Leviathan event. They're like, oh, Event of Leviathan? Yeah, I guess that's the name of the comic.
House of
not a bad name.
X, I understand.
It's just
Power of X just reminds me it's going to be like some
That's
80s
the power
song.
of X.
That's a very bad 80s song.
Huey Lewis in the News is are you kidding?
Good.
That's a great song.
Since we're talking about potential songs for comic books,
I can't believe you knew. Well, I can believe you knew that.
Oh, I love the power of love.
Power of X, right?
Okay.
So
That's the
did
power
any of you
of
actually
X.
listen to the music that was made for War of Realms?
I don't need DC. Don't need Dark Horse. I don't need Image to.
Was it just like some
stay the
metal
course.
or something?
It was like it's
I'll workshop
instrumental
that.
music, but I'm like
It's like Game of Thrones.
like Game of Thrones like music, and I'm like, all right,
That's cool.
but like it sounds like the recording is shit,
Is it?
and it's like okay, and like I was like, all right, I'll read this with the book, and it didn't go with the book
At all?
and I'm like, yeah.
So, Ryan, what's your ordering philosophy on those cardstock covers?
We're gonna put up a set to see if people want to go in for full sets, mail order wise. It's tough. I think they'll do well. I think you may get a little boost on them.
You have to order more of the Harley,
Some people may
more
not.
of the Jokers.
Some people may not like the extra $1, so some people may pass on it. But I think it'll be pretty even.
You know what? You just need to compare your was it the lenticular covers for that when we got like the villain, the point whatever for the villain issue.
Well, that's different. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was some of the craziest.
But like you should look at like
ordering we've seen in a while.
what character was on the cover and how much did you order, and order kind of
Yeah, well, I mean,
in that
most.
same vein.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously the Harley one will do pretty well. I think that Flash one
Higgins
will
is
get a
like,
few extra sales.
oh, Brock, tell me about your
But-
retail strategy.
Well, Bryce, what was your question about Event Leviathan, though?
Oh no, just
what's
what
the
do you
deal?
guys? Because so when he was doing Marvel, I would pick up, and I know that I'm probably not your average buyer, or maybe I am, Marvel buyer, but excuse me. But I'm wondering, like, I would buy the Bendis crossovers because you sort of have to, because he had that incredible run of very impactful crossovers that if you want to know what's happening in the universe, you probably are going to want to pick this up. Whether or not they ended well, some ended better than others.
Yeah.
And so Event Leviathan, like, I'm not reading action, and so maybe that's like the answer right there. But I read the synopsis, and I was not pulled in at all. And so I'm wondering if this is supposed to be actually a great crossover, or if the expectation is it's just going to be sort of a I don't know, a siege or a fear itself, or
Don't know.
some sort of fart in the wind
Yeah.
crossover.
Yeah, again, we don't know. There's sort of a mystery being built up in Action Comics, but we don't really know kind of the long tail of it, and it's going to start affecting the entire DC universe in Event Leviathan. So,
Can we discuss the other two books that are spinning out?
oh, I'm very excited. Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen are finally both getting their own ongoing titles in the modern day. Good creative teams too. I actually closed the link, but I think you got them there. It's Toby's here. No headphones though. Toby's just going to talk to Bryce, but he won't be able to hear Bryce. This will be fascinating.
We don't need. We're on another level together.
We're on another level
just know
together.
what
Is that
we're
what he just said?
talking about.
There's a delay. So
What's up, Bryce?
Oh, Toby, my man.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going so good,
I know.
Toby. Can
How's
he not hear me?
Portland? All right. Cool.
Good attempt. Go eat your Taco Bell, Toby.
Huh?
Go eat your Taco Bell.
I'm fucking hungry, man.
Go eat your Taco Bell.
Yeah. All right.
Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen.
Yes, Lois Lane. Let me see. It's great radio. I know. So that.
Okay, so it's Greg Rucka.
You
Yes,
fucking know about
trying-
Lois Lane and Jimmy
I'm
Olsen
trying to-
because me and Kevin fucking told you about it.
I know. Well, no,
Yeah, what do you mean you know?
actually,
What mean you actually?
the DC Retailer Forum knew like 2 weeks prior to that, but I was trying to find the artist. It was Greg Rucka and Mike
Well,
Perkins.
2 weeks prior means that's when we told you because that's when we were at WonderCon, bitch.
We knew about it like a month. I knew about it weeks before. When
Oh, now it's weeks before that.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, sure. You just said 2 weeks ago from now.
Yeah, so
he's a retailer.
Greg
He's good with
Rucka
numbers.
and Mike Perkins is on Lois Lane, and Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber, who did The Fix, are doing Jimmy Olsen. And
Steve Lieber's the coolest guy.
Yeah.
There's one time we were all stuck in line, and we're in front of him for some reason. Instead of being a jerk off about people blocking his booth, he just started doing free sketches, and everybody had a free a sketchbook on it. He was like, "Anybody have a sketchbook?" I'm
Nice.
like, "Yeah," and
Nice.
I had, and he just drew in it. I was like, a super nice guy.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
They're both 12-issue series, right?
Yes.
And as the press release went, the wording is that the Lois Lane book is like the more like noirish,
Yeah.
like hard.
It's tying in with Event Leviathan.
And
yeah,
Jimmy is the more light-hearted and fun. Probably not to the degree of the Silver Age Jimmy Olsen comic, but
I need him to have like a bug head, and
I was going to say, is he going to have his powers like
Yeah.
that he randomly got?
if they could redo the redheaded beetle
Powers?
of 1000 BC.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
So
Star Fox?
And,
What kind of powers do you have?
in the Jimmy Olsen series,
every issue
he randomly
would-
got
Yeah.
he randomly got different powers. He
It was
got
like a- it was
stretching
like a power
powers.
of the
So he's
issue.
He
like
got
Dial
bug
H the
powers. He
Hero?
got
Yeah.
Wait, what did you just say?
he got bug powers. He got stretching
I
powers. He
thought
got all
you said
kinds of-
something else.
powers.
yeah.
butt powers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
all
sure
right.
he was Captain Flatulence at some point, but no.
I think he was going a
like
different
Dial H
direction.
the Hero.
Blowing his way through the DCU.
Kind of.
Different things gave him different powers, and yeah. So
Right.
Yeah, I'm very, very
What's
excited
this
for
rock?
both of those books.
yeah,
What is this slime?
Yeah.
Why am
Now-
I covered in this?
What's your ordering
Oh, Frog.
philosophy
He was
on
Frog
those?
Boy too.
Why do you keep asking?
Well, because I'm curious, like, when you see a Jimmy Olsen 12-issue series and a Lois Lane 12-issue series,
Yep.
order them equally?
Well,
you think
so-
one will...
So here we go. Here's exactly what's
So
happening.
Adam Hughes is going
I'm
to be
trying to
doing
enlighten
Lois
the
Lane
audience.
covers, so you need to order 100.
Well,
Kevin, I appreciate
Jimmy
it.
Olsen's going to have half-naked Archer man covers, so you're going to have to order 50.
No, they need to bring back Ian Churchill and have him do Lois
Ian
Lane.
Churchill, Jesus.
Who's
no,
this Archer
no.
character?
Nobody. Archer? Yeah,
I'm
I've heard
just
of him,
kidding.
right?
That's a joke.
No. So thanks to Comic Hub, very easy for me to reach out to all my Action Comics customers and sign them up for Event Leviathan, and not a single person said no. I believe not a single person said no.
And you
Maybe
also
one.
reached out to a bunch of non-Action Comics subscribers.
I did that as well, and we got a few people that said, yeah, I don't get Action, but it's an event book. I'll take it, right?
Some fools.
So Jimmy and Lois spinning out of it will definitely be where I reach out to that same group of people and say, yeah, hey, these books are coming directly out of Event Leviathan and Action Comics. You know, I mean, I think you're going to want these. We're going to put you down for the first issue of each of them. Let us know. And I expect to have a probably close to 80 or 90% return rate on that. I think almost everyone will take them that's getting Action.
Main thing I hate about that book you just mentioned,
The name?
yeah.
Event Leviathan?
I fucking even
Yeah, we're just talking about that. Yeah.
fucking can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to attempt. I'm not even going to attempt.
We want you to
I'll call
try.
it the L book.
Try. Can you try for the listener,
No.
please?
No.
Bryce?
No, I will
Bryce
not
is
even try
begging.
it. I will
What if
not.
it was
Bryce
the
is
Ryan Reynolds
literally
event?
begging you
I
right
will
now.
not try it.
Event Reynolds.
Maybe later.
Toby.
Event Reynolds, nice.
Oh,
I have
you
a
can't
question
hear me.
about another book.
Bryce, I'm going to intermediary here for a second while you don't have your headphones on. Bryce has a question for you, which I'm going to tell you.
Well, I can get headphones out.
Okay. Well, while you're getting your headphones out, let me turn to one of our final two topics before we go into questions. And then Bryce, you
Does it start with Doomsday?
can ask out. No.
Okay.
Wait, did we already talk about what the fuck is happening in Doomsday Clock? And it's very
No,
mediocre.
we did not.
This is not good radio, Jim.
we can do that in a minute. We can do that in a bit.
That's why Ian Churchill needs to be drawn.
No,
Lois
no,
Lane.
he doesn't. Ian Churchill's
Yes,
fucking
he
garbage.
does.
It's not the 90s
Garbage.
anymore, Jim.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
know.
matter. Yes, it is.
Let the
Major
90s
X
go,
is doing
Jim.
really well.
Dude, Ian Churchill needs to get on Kickstarter.
Ian Churchill has been drawn for a long time.
He needs to
so-
get on Indiegogo. He needs to get all those Comic
my
Hub
God,
guys
here we go.
to hashtag move the
Here
needle
we go.
and get his porno comic guys sold to them, and then do one book.
Wait, what do you
and
mean
never do
hashtag
anything.
move the needle? Doesn't he actually literally need to move the needle?
Yeah. Move the pencil.
Hey, Toby can hear you now, Bryce.
Oh,
Promise I
Tobias.
can't hear you guys,
Oh,
really?
It's been too long.
Okay, problem.
Brilliant. I like this.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Are those noise canceling headphones?
Well, they're very good at canceling. They're
What
not
you
noise
should do,
canceling. They're
and
not.
these guys aren't, but what you should do is one
No,
on,
it's just
one
more
off.
bubbly.
So one
Are they
in out,
Reynolds
out.
canceling headphones, Toby?
They are sometimes.
Hey, have we
final.
got...
It depends on who's talking to him, whether they're noise canceling or not.
Yeah, second to final. Major
Bryce,
news
this
story.
is so chaotic. It's like you're actually here.
Brilliant.
We're just getting the system down. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Higgins, go ahead.
I have a question, Ryan Higgins.
Or don't
okay,
go ahead.
let's do it.
Yeah, this Deceased book.
Yeah, DC.
You guys talk about it?
I'm very excited for DC.
Is this just some guy at DC playing Lollipop Chainsaw and going, "Oh, Harley should be this," and we're going to do a book about it?
Wait, I'm sorry. What kind of chainsaw are they playing?
Lollipop chainsaw.
Hey, I asked Toby.
Deceased. I don't know what Lollipop Chainsaw is. Deceased is Tom Taylor's take on Marvel Zombies for DC.
Okay,
Again.
so you're just copycatting.
Is it
again.
just Lollipop
Toby,
Chainsaw?
Toby? What is this chainsaw you speak of? I've never heard of this.
It's this video game with
What's it
the
called?
girl that plays. It's this video. Fuck you. Am I saying it wrong?
No, you're saying it exactly right. I've never heard of it. Say it again.
Fuck off.
No, I actually
No,
don't know.
you guys
Lollipop
know
Chainsaw.
fucking Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, but
No,
he doesn't.
No, I do not.
legitimately
I
not.
swear to you, I do not.
It's the girl that plays Harley and fucking Batgirl. What's her name again? The blonde.
Tara
Margot Robbie.
Tara Strong.
No, Tara Strong. She voiced this
Wait, what?
video game character, and
Oh,
it's
in the video
this-
games.
Yeah, it's this cheerleader that fights zombies with her chainsaw.
Oh, I remember this.
And it's
Yeah,
Harley.
Yeah.
So did the guy just go play this game and going, well, it's already Tara Strong. We may as well do a Harley comic out of it.
No, it's
Yes, absolutely.
Like
I
Harley-
guarantee it. This motherfucker played a PlayStation 2 game and going, nobody remembers this shit.
I think Harley
I'm going to be
died.
so original that I'm going to have this Harley zombie comic.
well.
This guy needs Toby to represent him.
As a member of the DC retailer Facebook group,
I can't
already
hear
read
you,
issue
Ryan. I
number
got
one.
noise canceling headphones.
I'm pretty sure Harley doesn't. She's dead, as far as I know. Like, she gets killed off very quickly. I don't think it has anything to do with Harley.
Why is she on all the covers?
Because it's Harley.
She'll sell.
Lollipop Chainsaw, I'm telling you. Look that shit up.
There's a ton of store
I don't believe
exclusive
this is
covers,
real.
and it's all porn bait Harley covers. Like that's,
Exactly. Lollipop Chainsaw.
It's not the
Porn
book.
bait.
It's the retailers making these store exclusive covers.
Oh, it's just the retailers?
yes.
Which they probably kickstarted
But
funding for.
I'm very excited for
Dude,
for
if she's
DC's.
like the main character and she's like traveling through the DC world and they're all zombies, it's totally Lollipop Chainsaw.
Okay.
And her boyfriend is like just the head cut off and is talking to her. Totally Lollipop Chainsaw.
Well, let's go on to
Lollipop Chainsaw.
one of our last two topics, which I know every single person at this table, and Bryce definitely, I have a feeling, yeah, I saw it. I'm sure almost everyone here is going to subscribe to this. Maybe not Kevin Sharp, we'll see. And that is, we finally got all our confirmation about the Disney Plus streaming service, which, for Marvel fans, there's a lot of good stuff on here. So we've got final confirmation.
I like to quote Ryan Higgins in this right now. You said on Twitter you would have paid 50 times as much for it.
I think it's a steal at twice the price.
Would you pay $50 for this a month?
Probably.
Really?
Like, gun to my head.
Crazy. That is
Oh
crazy.
my
I wouldn't pay.
God,
$50.
you're
my kids
nuts.
My kids aren't worth that much.
I think.
Wow.
I think
This is
they're
not for kids.
$50? Jeez.
Brock
I think
will buy
they're
all the
intentionally-
Harley Quinn books, but not Disney Plus for his children.
I think they're
They're not worth it.
Don't forget the
intentionally-
statues, Bryce.
I think they're intentionally lowballing the price because it's going to within about the first 5 years. They're going for numbers first. Once you're hooked, then the price triples, and then you're set.
Or they could just be going for
Yeah,
a
I agree with
number
that.
that people could just forget and not
No.
worry so much.
Yeah, at what point do they stop doing regular physical media and it's
Never.
all...
never.
No, they're like Nintendo.
I
They're
don't know.
classic old school family values. They'll always have that original.
I don't know, man. If they make that all exclusive and that's the only way you could see it...
But you can make so much more money by also putting it out on Blu-ray and 4K and everything
I
like
have
that.
a feeling they got some shit
Dude,
up
Disney
their ass.
quadruple
I mean,
dips,
see,
man. Like, they'll put it in every format available.
Again, I only hear like half the shit you say, man. I'm gonna have to,
Not only that, they only put it out for a limited time.
Yeah.
and then
Yes,
people,
because
and then
they
it
do
comes,
that on
and then
purpose.
I understand
They do
that,
that
but
on
they
purpose.
re-release it and
That's
they
the
freaking make
problem that
more money
Marvel's
on the
facing
same
right now
freaking
with all
thing.
the traits. Oh no, DC is facing or wants to do about having all the shit in print and not being special anymore. They got to do the Disney way
traits.
of like kind of vaulting it and come back.
Yeah. So we have official confirmation for 5 TV shows: Loki,
Yep.
What?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Wait. With Tom Hiddleston?
Yes.
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 Wait,
Falcon?
a TV show of Loki?
Yes.
Yeah, man, where you been, man? In Portland?
Dude, I keep my head down.
They don't get news in Portland. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Rain.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Probably
So
my
hilarious.
number one.
It's new every
My
time.
number one show, but unfortunately, I think the worst name is WandaVision, which is a really weird name for a show.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as Event Leviathan.
It's the Event Leviathan of Disney Plus.
I can say WandaVision, but I can't say the other one, so I'm going with WandaVision.
But I'm very excited.
Okay,
for,
Toby, what do you like more, WandaVision or any DC show?
WandaVision.
What do you like more, WandaVision or My Dad Jokes?
Your dad jokes.
I don't understand how this show is not just called
Damn it.
The Vision and Scarlet Witch. Like, just that's
That's
based
fine.
on the
I could have
comic.
pronounced that too.
All right. So, Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Because has she actually been called Scarlet Witch in the movies?
I don't think so.
So,
No, they
That's
just call her
probably
Wanda.
why.
yeah.
Now, what would they do with all these superhero nicknames? They say, "Oh, other people are calling you that, so that's your thing." That's like what is
We're
happening
using her superhero
everywhere.
names now.
We are also getting the animated What If TV show.
That's awesome.
Wait, really?
The
Yeah.
very first episode is what if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum. So
Look on Toby's face. It's great.
Toby's locked
I
up.
just realized that it's not live action.
no, it's animated.
Damn it! The entire time
No, they can
I
do
thought-
so much more with animation.
No, but the entire time I thought we were going to see Peggy Carter in fucking costume.
Oh no.
Ah!
Oh wait. They
I
could do like
imagined this completely differently.
they could do like a cameo at the end or something. That'd be cool.
No, but if it's cartoon,
buff-ass
it's cartoon.
Peggy
I
Carter.
thought it was
Yo,
actually
baby.
going to be all like
No.
live action.
Now they did not talk about the show we talked about a few weeks ago, and that was the Hawkeye TV show where garbage ass Kate Bishop's going to be introduced.
Hell yeah!
Wait,
No.
what don't you like about
She's
Kate
getting
Bishop?
introduced in Endgame, motherfucker.
No spoilers.
Oh, it's already been spoiled, bitch.
Go, Toby, stop
Like,
talking.
He didn't have that. He didn't have.
Bryce,
the discussion.
unplug.
Give him the discussion.
No,
'cause-
no. I read your fucking note on fucking Facebook. I read all your shit. I appreciate you put that shit up there. But Kate is in the first trailer, so it
Toby,
doesn't matter.
Are you
What?
kidding?
Yes.
I'm so disappointed in you.
watch trailers.
I did not know that, and it would have been a huge surprise to me.
Bryce, nobody knows that.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
no.
There has
he's
been,
speculating.
There is zero
Is Ryan
confirmation
winking
that
at
Kate Bishop's in Endgame.
There's a girl with a bow.
There is zero confirmation.
There's a girl with a bow, and next to her is Hawkeye with a bow.
There is zero confirmation that she is in this movie. Now, I'm not
a
saying
girl?
she's not.
A bow, and there's
Did you
a
guys see
grown
Bluebird?
man Hawkeye next to her with a bow.
But there's going to be
I'm
a
so
Hawkeye TV
disappointed,
show.
Toby.
Bryce, there was also going to be a Hawkeye TV show with Kate Bishop in it, but there was no.
Is it the same actress in this trailer?
Oh, we have no idea. But they did not talk about that with the Disney Plus service. But I am between this and like the 4 Star Wars TV shows. They're going to put the Cassian Andor show and Mandalorian, and is
Wait,
there
there's 4 now?
a third one?
Which one has got Gina Carano in it? That's
Oh,
the
and
one I
Clone
wanna
Wars coming back, and then
Animated, right?
isn't there a fourth?
watch. I don't know. Whatever Gina Carano is in is the
I
one
think
I'm going
that's
to
the
watch.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I'm going to watch.
Now, Ryan, you already say you don't have enough time to watch what you're already queued. Why are you going to add another streaming service?
Wait, it's the Mandalorian dude, the dude from Game of Thrones, the eye motherfucker?
the eye, motherfucker.
sure.
The guy, his eye gouged out?
I don't know.
He's in it. He's in it.
Is he
the
the
Viper?
I don't know.
Mandalorian?
I don't
Oh, you're
know if
talking
he's the lead character.
The Viper?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like him a lot.
Yeah. Spoiler for Game of Thrones.
He
Well-
did a really good job getting his eyes
Years
gouged
ago.
out.
Yeah,
Years
year.
ago.
Yeah, that guy's
Kevin.
awesome.
Arrow is ending. They have 10 episodes.
So there it evens out now.
And Preacher is ending.
You were watching Preacher?
At season 4? No, but it's ending. So I figure.
It makes Ryan sound like he's being magnanimous. He won't be able to watch those shows
So if
anymore.
I add-
not that he ever was.
10 to 12 more shows, I'm at least losing one, and technically another one I
Quick
had watched
question.
at one point.
Are you going to start taking another day off from the shop
And
to watch all your TV?
And I'm not going to watch the second Walking Dead spinoff either. I won't watch that.
And the movies are coming. Charlie told me last night. Or maybe the night before.
I haven't watched the rest of the
Is
Walking Dead movies?
Fear the Walking Dead still going on?
It is. It's so bad.
Fuck you.
And I'm not going to watch
What
it.
the hell is wrong with you, man?
So bad.
Are you watching it?
I watched the first 2 seasons. It was terrible.
Oh, you're so fucking behind, man.
It's so bad.
It's so good.
Are you going to watch the second spinoff or the third spinoff or whatever?
I will watch all the dead people I can.
It's
I still
creepy.
like the main show, but
What else would somebody who, let's say, was a comics fan find of interest on the Disney Plus service?
Oh, look at
I got
Kevin.
nothing else. That's it. What else?
Comics? It's comics themselves?
No, I don't think so. I would love for them to add Marvel
Well-
Unlimited to it, like the DC service, but
Shit, I was just going to point that out.
they're doing their, I believe, their like almost final batch of comics to the DC service. 10,000 comics are going online this week for the DC Universe account. So if you
They need to add the motion comics
It's
on
all-
there too.
no, they don't.
Yes,
Those
they
are
do.
awful.
No, they're not.
The motion. Oh, those are terrible.
What I'm curious
I like
about that Disney Plus service, they say every Disney movie will be available day one.
Vault movies. So
Yeah.
that's animated. That means all their animated movies.
So not their live actions.
No.
Because
But
there are some...
but no Song of the South.
But there's some... Of course... don't even... Let's
God,
not even start
Brock,
with that.
God damn it.
But there are some rough times in that Disney live-action history.
Oh, the 50s and 60s, it was all live action
Yeah,
stuff. And it was
so
like,
I was curious if they were legitimately going to put all of that stuff on
I
there.
think eventually a lot of that stuff will get up. We'll get on there. and I
Stuff
mean,
I watch is on
there-
TV in the
there's
afternoon.
big ones like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, yeah.
That will
I know that will be there, but
legitimately
I'm wondering about
be worth
Condor
it.
Man
Was it
and
Black? What's the mountain one?
Black Cauldron?
No, the mountain one. The
They-
live action.
Escape from Witch Mountain?
Yeah,
There is, yeah. And they had all the
That's
real life
the Rocket.
adventures. And
Oh, that's the remake. Yeah, there's an old one too.
Oh,
yeah, there's so many
Toby.
movies that they put out in the
Rock
70s.
is
All
awesome.
the
Apple Dumpling Gang,
Sure,
and
all
you
that
know,
type
all
of
those.
stuff.
All those.
Yeah,
How about
yeah,
the
yeah.
Disney
But that's when Disney had a TV show that they put out monthly.
Ernie Reyes Jr.
They put out TV shows.
Yeah, with
of-
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yes, you're right. Ernie Reyes Jr.
Was it
was
the
in it.
wonderful
Yes, that's
world,
one moment.
wonderful
Yes.
world, wonderful world of Disney.
Wonderful World of
and
Disney,
all
right,
that,
right.
all those. Yeah, I would love to see those on there as well.
How about the other Disney movies, like the Teeny Popper ones? I want to see those.
Well, again, a lot of that stuff is going to be on.
Why?
They're doing a new
One that has Tyra Banks in it.
I'm sure all those 80s and 90s and Disney
God,
Channel
Toby
stuff
is a child.
will be on there.
Oh,
I guarantee you.
coming
I think
from
he's
Brock.
thinking like a child.
They said at launch it's 7,500 TV shows and 500 movies.
One of my
Wow.
favorite.
So wait, but Ryan, you have all of the Disney movies on
the
physical
animated
disc.
stuff. Yeah.
So what is the draw for you of
I
this?
got a bigger collection than he. You should be asking me, not him. I got a bigger collection.
but he
Because
knows
said
where his
he'd-
collection
He
is.
said he'd pay $50 a month. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, that's true. I
Other than the
wouldn't pay
Marvel
for it.
new
shows,
content.
other
Marvel's-
than Marvel
I like how we're talking
shows,
collection sizes
what's your
paying.
draw? Your personal draw for
all
this?
the new stuff.
It shows.
The shows and the
Yeah, just all
I
the
mean,
new
if I'm
stuff.
paying this money
Yeah.
for DCU, I'm getting way more and cheaper from Disney.
Yeah.
It's kind of a no-brainer,
Yeah.
honestly.
Wait, so I have a question for Higgins. You used to say, "Oh, another streaming service. You might as well just keep your cable because haha, you silly streamers. It's going to add up to be more than cable anyway."
Yeah.
Do you still have your cable?
I do.
And you keep adding these
Are you
streaming
nuts?
services like DC and Disney Plus?
Yeah.
So, is there anything you want to tell us?
How big's your DVR?
How much is your
Well,
bill?
I get most of my DVR space back because I get to delete every episode of The Simpsons
That is
are on there because they're all going to be
that
on
is
Disney streaming
not the
service.
fucking point news. Ryan Higgins with the I get more DVR space back. I mean, dude,
That's the question.
that is way more money, way more time like per week allocated to TV shows.
So I have Comcast with every channel. Not sports.
I already shuddered.
Every channel has.
Visibly shuddered.
I have their triple play max
Wow.
package thing. So
Yeah.
yeah. I have Netflix. I have Hulu because I have Spotify. If you have Spotify, you get a free Hulu account attached to it.
Forever?
This just happened
I
the
think
other
it's a
week.
promotional thing.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, but
once
you're
you
still
sign up-
paying for Spotify. It's not like, oh, I just get this
Yeah,
free
but Hulu
Hulu.
dropped its price lately.
Yeah. So I have Hulu. I've never used it, but I have it. I have Amazon. I
Yeah,
have
but
Amazon.
by the time you do Disney Plus, there's going to combine pricing for Hulu, Disney Plus, and something else.
That's fine. I pay $0 for Hulu, so it doesn't matter. It's
You have Amazon Prime.
I have
You
Amazon Prime for the store and myself, so I have Amazon Prime service. I don't, or the video stuff. I don't use it very
you need
often.
to
but
watch.
it's
You need to
there.
watch Bosch.
Yeah, you and your Bosch.
Hey, watch Bosch. And Bryce, have you watched Catastrophe season 4?
I didn't know it was out. I'm going to watch
Yes.
it tonight.
Yes.
Season 4. Woo.
Yeah.
I have the DC streaming service because obviously, and I'll buy the Disney one because it's $70 a year. Like, it's a no-brainer.
To paraphrase a classic character on the DC streaming service, fuck the DC streaming service.
It's 80.
I mean, I'll be honest. After Disney, DC really needs to step it up
for the year. They have a 1 year price.
Oh, they have a 1 year price? Oh, okay.
They really need to step it up to DCU.
Well, it is what it is. Again, CBS is $6.99
for CBS.
for one show.
Stupid enough to pay for that.
A lot of people get Discovery for start. Dude, Jim pays.
Jim pays for Discovery?
Jim pays $9.99 a month for the Stargate streaming service. I know he does.
Okay, maybe that.
I know you do.
Holy shit!
Right?
There's a separate
But these people pay that much for one show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Star Trek.
That is part of Netflix everywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere else out of the country.
Well, they also have Twilight Zone, and they have other stuff on there, but it's Discovery and Twilight Zone.
Which is part of Netflix outside of the U.S.
Yeah. And so
plus, let's be real, Jim can afford $10 for the Stargate
I'm hearing
service.
insight into a whole new world here.
A whole new
No, seriously, because...
Don't sing, Brock. Please.
And I have HBO Go because I have Comcast.
Right.
And I have every streaming service because I have Comcast. It's all free.
So I turned off my Netflix.
It's all free.
Because I got the DC streaming.
You're paying for
because this content is just stacking up and stacking up and stacking up. And whatever the price is, whether it's $5 a month, $10, $20 a month, if it's content that I can't get to, I start to feel anxious.
Bryce will understand. Bryce, when was the last time you unsubscribed to World of Warcraft?
Bro, I literally have it open right now.
When was what is the longest time between playing, and when was the last time you didn't pay for it?
Okay, so before Battle for Azeroth, I probably kept paying for it and didn't play it for at least a year.
Right? It's the same thing. I subscribe. I will never. There is no reason that I will ever unsubscribe from Netflix.
The difference is your highfalutin attitude of mocking the streaming subscribers and saying, "Why would you do that when you can just get cable? You're just going to keep adding subscriptions, and then here you are a year or two later, and you're like,
you were
How much you paying for your Comcast thing?
Netflix.
How much you paying for your Comcast?
Hold on. Netflix.
How much you paying for your Comcast?
Don't make them think about this.
Netflix.
And it's different because he has a business account.
Disney Plus, DC streaming, these are in addition to cable. If you're buying all the cable network streaming services, it's gonna be the same price as having cable.
Yeah, because I called Comcast and asked them last week about how much it is, or do they still do the free 3-month trial for HBO?
Yeah,
and they're like HBO totals or got rid of it in January.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I ask again, how much are you paying for your Comcast TV?
It's in part of a triple play bundle package.
But
so
in your bill,
know.
that shit is divided out.
Huh?
In your bill, that's divided out.
I have a home phone, yes, because we live up in the hills.
I call him on his home phone all the time. I think I'm the only person.
Okay, all right. Here's another question. I got a question real fast for Ryan.
Hold on.
Wait. No. I got to ask this before I forget.
Comcast triple play.
Yeah, how much?
With every channel, fastest speed internet, and home phone is $179 a month.
How much?
$179 a month.
$180?
Yes. Plus taxes and
Are you sure it's the fastest way?
Yes.
Mama.
It's their fastest speed, yes.
Okay.
It's the fastest they get up in the hills.
Because most of these services have comic book content. How much of these are you able to write off on your taxes?
100%.
I knew it. I freaking knew
it. Ding dong. Ding dong.
I knew it. It's research. I knew it.
But HBO, to add HBO to just HBO to your cable is $15.
Yeah.
To get HBO streaming service, it's $15.
Well, I'll give you a better tip. You could do DirecTV Now, which is streaming over the internet.
No, DirecTV's trash.
It includes HBO.
DirecTV. Comcast
I'll
fight.
pull this shit off right now. I'm playing basketball.
Don't pull anything off, please.
Comcast is like, we have everything. DirecTV every other month or fighting.
Well, I don't need
every
fucking everything.
Channel.
I just need TNT, ESPN, NBA TV, and all the cartoons.
So you're just telling us that AT&T is going to become the sports channel or the sports one?
Anyway.
Okay, so I'm the weirdo. My point was just, if I have a stack of 100 comics that I have not read from the past couple of months, I'm going to buy fewer comics. Obviously, because I can't get to it.
Kevin, I know a lot of people...
Oh, look, it totally works. Pictures, you're gonna get perfect stuff.
You're gonna get us sued for playing NBA on a podcast.
Well, he sues you because it's your podcast, Ryan Higgins. So I'm all right with that.
Bryce, you were saying something.
I don't know. Something about how Kevin is handsome. I was going to say, Kevin, you are right. That is the way that it should be done. And
no, I'm not saying like I'm doing it the right way. I'm saying,
Came off.
Because I now have DC streaming and I'm trying to watch Doom Patrol and all these other shows on there, Netflix is losing out, so I just put the account on hold until I can get caught up and actually be using Netflix rather than just handing them money for something I'm never watching.
But
I do think that it'll be
all these other shows that they're producing.
I do think it'll be an interesting, almost social experiment, like as these, because the streaming like service, it's only a couple years old, right? Like we're gonna look back on this time in 5 or 10 years, and there's gonna be like one like Amazon Prime that amalgamates all of this shit, all of the streaming services into one streaming service, and like. I don't know what the future actually holds.
I think Disney will buy them all.
As much as I resemble Cable in handsomeness and prowess and Long Dong, I have not been to the future. But I think that we're in the nascent stages right now, and it's going to be very interesting to see where it goes. Because I do see what Kevin's saying, and Higgins, right? You're right about my WoW addiction, crippling addiction. But like, I got rid of Hulu. I do not have Spotify, but I have 1,000 other subscription services that I'm sure add up to an embarrassingly high amount. Although my cable bill is not what your cable bill is. And so we'll sort of see how it all shakes out, because I think what's awesome for us is that it's going to really all these streaming services are going to need to step up their game with what Disney's doing, right? And the whole competition is best for everyone. Sorry?
Well, that's the thing is like their price at that point is going to cause Netflix to come down. It's going to cause
Netflix, they just rose their price. They're not going down. If anything, Netflix is going up.
Well.
No. It's more like what Higgins said is that Disney is getting people. Like Netflix used to be cheaper, and they've just over the years been steadily going up as they get these legacy customers that are never going to leave them. That's exactly what Disney's doing. Like, this is so smart to have such a low barrier to entry, and then over time you'll become like addicted to these shows or whatever.
They said they want by like 2022 or 2023, they want something like 500 million subscribers, which Netflix is at about 150 million now. And so Disney's like, we're just going to own the fucking world, and it's crazy. But
don't they already own the world?
Going back, the idea of like unsubscribing and resubscribing to streaming services like gives me a panic attack. Like, I just subscribe and I never look back. I just leave it forever.
And it gives me a panic attack to be handing money to a service that I'm not watching anything on, literally.
I'm so much more like Higgins. I feel so dirty.
Because the idea of turning something on and having it say you can't do it, I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with that. I just want to have it and it's on and it's done. I don't want to go back and fucking fiddle with my logging in and
what was my Netflix password?
Well, I don't want to deal with that.
Well, here's
shit.
a PSA, everybody. As I discovered, Netflix will keep your queue intact, your watch list. I don't think it's called queue anymore since we're not doing the discs. Your watch list, etc., for 10 months. If you're gone, if your account is shut down for 10 months, you can come back in at any time and pick up exactly where you left off.
I have to say, when I was in London, logged into my account, it was a lot more fun. Because you get to have a whole new world of fucking content over there.
Oh, God, I want to see the line
So
again.
I downloaded it all, and then I put my iPad on no Wi-Fi connection, and I just kept the power on, so I have access to that shit for a good while. I watch all my British show, man.
He's like, I shut the Wi-Fi off so they can't tell me I can't watch that shit. They can't. If no Wi-Fi can't update, so he's good to go.
No, you download the shows.
I know you download it, but then you turn it off, right? Then you turn off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sure we'll have
very
lots
excited.
To say. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll all have lots to say about these shows.
Very, 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 very important for Disney Plus. There's a very specific teeny popper movie that has to be on it, or if they put it on right away, I will automatically subscribe for 2 years. No question asked.
What's that?
Airborne.
Okay. Anyway,
it's a roller
Toby,
skater movie.
What are you more
90s galore?
Toby, what are you more excited about? What is cooler, WandaVision or Lilandra?
What?
Lilandra, the X-Men character. What is cooler, WandaVision or Lilandra?
You're tricking me into something, so we're going to move on.
I'm not tricking you. I'm looking at the Mark Brooks cover.
You totally are. You totally are.
No,
Bryce,
I've never done that ever. I've never once done that.
You always fucking trick me.
I have never once.
You always.
Never in my life. How dare you?
Bryce, I know you already know this because you listen to every episode, but you need to ask Toby about Cersei. Okay.
Oh.
Cersei. Cersei Lannister?
Cersei from the Eternals.
Yeah.
Oh, love Cersei from the Eternals. She's trouble, man. Get her in a room with Captain America. Who doggy?
Oh, yes. There's a specific comment panel where I remember Captain America going to visit her to recruit her into the Avengers.
Oh, I remember that panel too.
Toby's excited for this in this Eternals movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, what did you want me to ask Toby about? I'm sorry, Cersei.
You're talking about Lilandra. I was thinking about Cersei. It's fine. Anyway, last topic for the week.
We each have our own, Higgins.
I thought you had questions.
Oh, we have those in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Last topic for the week.
Doomsday Clock.
Shazam was the number one movie second week in a row. Brought in $25 million domestically. I think it's
so you haven't gone to the Hellboy bitching yet.
That's next.
Oh, excellent! I get
right
to
now.
defend it, motherfucker. This is what I didn't want to miss.
So yeah,
I'm gonna fight you so hard, Higgins.
Obviously Shazam is not going to make MCU money.
I'm gonna fight him so hard.
But for how cheap the movie was, it's pushing 260 worldwide, which is it's not huge numbers, but it was very well received, and I think will do good long term. And
This is Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam. And what did I say?
No, I'm saying
he did say
Shazam. I'm trying to make sure that our listeners are aware that this is Shazam because they've been just talking like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So again, I think Shazam is not. It was never going to make big MCU money, but it it was production and advertising was about $100 million. So they're looking to make $300 million, 350 probably worldwide after everything's said and done. I know Bryce, you love your multipliers. You're looking at like a 3.5 multiplier, which is really good. So
yeah, I agree.
They're very
and
happy
I do love
with
my
that.
multipliers.
But
Did you see Shazam?
No, but I did see Captain Marvel recently, and I could talk about that. I would love to talk about that.
Well, we do want to talk very briefly because does anyone remember that a Hellboy movie was happening?
So
totally.
Before you even get into this,
yes.
Here's a behind the scenes for the listeners because I just asked Toby off mic because when he was saying he was excited,
it wasn't
for
off
this
mic.
part,
I told you on mic.
No,
it was
mine
on.
was off.
But
okay,
damn
anyway.
it. Okay, tell the story.
I said when you were talking about Hellboy, I said to Toby, "Did you see it?"
I said absolutely
and
not.
And Toby said, "I didn't see it either," meaning Ryan didn't. But I'm going to fight him so hard on this.
Yeah.
So everybody, there's the caveat. Now here's the discussion of Hellboy. And
there was the discussion that my comment was going to be, they apparently released a Hellboy movie this last week.
And that's my comment to you. Fucking, I knew.
I obviously knew, but no one else did.
Yeah, but you made this sly comments on fucking Twitter going, nobody in my store knows that this is even coming out.
Nobody does.
I was in your fucking store, I knew.
So far, this fighting is like medium hard, Toby. You promised so hard.
It gets better.
So,
That's what
it gets
he
harder.
said.
I'm glad
I only got half a boner right now. It gets harder.
For Bryce tonight.
Hellboy made a staggering $12 million opening weekend, making one of the worst opening weekends ever for a superhero movie.
Yeah, because of store owners started hating on the movie like that.
Well, I'm sure it had more. I'm sure it had a little bit more to do with Bryce's favorite way to watch a movie: look at the Rotten Tomatoes score and then not watch it because it was 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was not.
Yeah,
It was.
Oh my god!
It absolutely was.
Wait, hold on.
It was
Did
worse than the Zack
congregators,
Snyder movies?
Realize that Hellboy is a
unbelievable.
boy?
yes, they know Hellboy's a boy.
Okay.
Hellboy's currently sitting at 15%. So
So it's going up good.
couple good reviews. Yeah.
At this
Wait,
rate,
do the commentators know
2025.
not to commentate this movie?
Yes, I believe they're not commentating.
Are you sure?
I believe regular people are not seeing it because of it has
Like
very poor
comic
reviews.
gating is now a phrase in our.
Now I've not seen this movie. I will probably watch it when it comes out on video or something like that. But everything.
Why
I've
are we
heard
not
is,
dedicating a whole episode to this and we all go watch it together?
Maybe we will. But for everything I've heard is that they basically take 30 years of Hellboy, try to shove it into one goofy ass hour-and-a-half long movie or 2 hour long movie.
Rated R too.
Yeah, it's rated R. It's super gory and violent. Someone, one review was like, "This is even stupider than Venom." So maybe that means it's actually really good.
Oh shit!
Shit, Kevin's gonna go watch it now.
Oh no, it's gonna be Ryan's second favorite movie of all time.
It might be.
Lane,
So-
we know what the Secret Santa gift is for this year.
So we're gonna fight about it. Where you hating on it, and I love it, and then you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna love it. I'm gonna
You're
fucking hate it. Yeah.
I'm not hating on it. I am reporting the news.
Yeah, but you're saying all these stuff with a smile on your face.
Just
Like, yeah, you do look.
There's a smile on my face
Like,
because
there's
you're being a
smile on
fucking
your face
goof-ass.
right now. Yeah, that's like a dick move. You're supposed to be like a proponent for comic book
I'm
movies
the
and get
Walter
people
Cronkite
into
of
the
comic book
fucking
reviews.
stores.
He's never been in
Right,
part of
Toby.
Walter Cronkite of comic book reviews.
comic book news.
Preach, Toby.
News.
Toby, don't let him get away with that. You got to fight him so hard.
Yeah.
So
You promised Bryce some fighting hard.
I am fighting. I'm plotting right now.
I like it.
I have heard from a couple people that saw Hellboy that liked it. They're like, yeah, it was crazy and I liked it, but I don't know many
That's
people
all they
that
said. It
saw
was
it.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know many people that saw it. So if you saw
Sounds
it, you
like
liked
two
it,
thumbs up to me.
write in, let us know.
Well, it's also, I mean, it's coming out on the
Well,
heels
a friend of mine said it was okay.
Yeah.
Shazam.
It's on the heels of Captain Marvel, Shazam, right before
No, they didn't advertise very
Endgame,
well
and there
either.
was barely any
the-
It was
advertising.
so poorly
Campaign was
advertised.
crap for this one. They really did not promote it at all.
No.
The cadence
But
of
it's like
previews that I watched, because I knew that I was not going to see the movie, I assumed that it was going to come out in like the fall or something. I had no idea
Yeah.
that it was coming out so soon.
I didn't. We talked about this the other week, right? The director didn't go to the premiere. Is that
No.
true? Yeah.
Wow.
Did you talk on Geekbox?
And that
about
they
this?
maybe, and then like there's apparently there was big fights between the actors and the director and everyone. So
It's
yeah,
a bummer because I was actually rooting for the Harbor guy.
Yeah, I like the actor that plays Hellboy, but
Yeah.
I don't really know
Stranger
anything
Things, right?
Yeah.
about the movie other than that apparently it's out, and I know who the guy that plays it is from that. What is that Netflix Halloween movie with the crazy little kid?
Stranger Things.
Stranger.
Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, and I like that sheriff guy.
Yeah.
He's no Ron Perlman, but
Does this mean that maybe Ron Perlman's back on the map or back in play? Maybe.
no.
Maybe this
probably means that
maybe
the-
this
that the-
will fail so badly that they're gonna go back. Going, okay, Perlman.
it
Probably
Here's
means that the concept is now poison.
Yeah.
For-
Yeah,
they can
exactly.
go with
Kevin is
Perlman,
right.
go,
They're
I'm
just-
sorry. Here's the money.
They're just
Maybe
not
they're-
going to do a Hellboy movie. It's very easy.
They'll be like, the closest you're going to get is a BPRD.
I am kind of bummed because Perlman was fighting really, really hard to get a third one going, and instead of third one, they made this. And then if this is really as bad as people say it is, I don't know. That'd be a huge bummer because then they just fucked everything up.
We got some questions.
Questions.
We're going to read a few of these.
Did Bryce Larsen quotes tweet in a question?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
What's his real name?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
Toby's
ha-
narrowing it down.
Hey, what have you gotten it down to list down
Probably
to?
Toby.
990.
No.
Well, actually,
Do we have listeners? Do
actually,
we
no.
have new
It's
subscribers?
actually more than that because about 10 people I know, so they're off the list, and there's about maybe another 10 people I know. Like,
It's none of us.
yeah,
right.
you guys are all off the list.
It's not
right?
the Geekbox people. It's not.
I
Chris
still
Noyes,
think
it's
Casey
not
might be fucking Bryce Larsen quotes.
Might be.
Thanks
He-
for saying quotes.
he-
It's right there. Would have been weird
Yeah.
otherwise.
But I don't think Casey is part of that Facebook group.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, so
Is Bryce Larsen
plot
quotes on the
thickens.
Facebook group?
What was that?
Is Bryce Larsen quotes on the Facebook group?
He is.
He is.
He is. That's the clue.
Oh, I do remember. I remember. But like he was a late
He
edition,
screenshot
right?
something from the group. He screenshot something from the
Wait.
Facebook group.
But do we know
Wait,
that, do we know it's a he?
wait. He's
No,
a
we don't know
new
it's a
edition,
he,
or
but
she's a
dude,
new
it's like-
edition. So it's in the last maybe 100 or 200 people.
Don't know.
Uh-huh. Huh?
We don't know.
Oh, look at Detective Sidler over here.
Okay, what you have
They
to
need
do
you on the
is have to
BPRD.
tie Higgins down and tell him when did Bryce Larsen.
Well,
when did you
I don't
oh,
even think Higgins
approve it.
knows his real name because
No,
dude,
I don't.
like put a bag over his head and start talking to him and going,
is this,
"If I give you
disguised
money,
toast?
will you know who I am?" And Higgins said, "No,
I got
just
that
give
one
me
wrong.
money." So the dude gave him money, and Higgins never asked any questions.
I've robbed him in the middle of the night.
No, I say you got the bag over your head.
Oh, he robbed me in the middle of the
No,
night.
they gave you money.
He put a bag on my head and then gave me money.
Yeah.
What is going on?
All we've learned is that Higgins really wants a bag on someone's head. And I think it might be Toby.
And money. He's okay with whatever happens to him as long as you give him money.
I gotta pay for those DC streaming services somehow.
That you can take as a tax write-off.
Oh, there you go.
Gotta pay for that Comcast triple play.
Questions from Chris Bunch, our good friend Chris Bunch. He just finished. He says, just finished Silver Age Legion of Superhero Omnibuses. Thanks for the recommendation. Hopefully they put out more.
Wait, is that the stuff with Superboy?
Some of it, yeah.
I have some of that.
Yeah. Is the Paul Levitz run the next good place to go, or should be reading something else? There's a lot of stuff between those two omnibuses and the Levitz run.
Yeah, no kidding.
But it's going to be a lot of the same. You know, I love me some Silver Age books.
I love the Silver Age and the Bronze Age Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's the thing. You know, 30 years of Silver Age Legion gets a little repetitive. Yeah. The Paul Levitz stuff is when things start to kind of change up a little bit.
The Mike Grell stuff is just
that's
so
awesome. That's later. Yeah, so you know, a lot of those books are out of print, but I think if go get Great Darkness Saga and go get some of those other books around there. Yeah, you have a very good foundation for the characters. Well, all the what's his face? Who's before Levitz? Wow, I'm blanking on his name. Kevin, I'm looking to you. Jim Shooter.
Jim Shooter's that
all
Silver
the Shooter
Age
stuff is like the mid-late silver stuff.
Yeah.
That is good too. They're not to that point, I don't believe, in the buses. They've still got quite a ways to go because his was a little bit. He wasn't the early stuff. He was the later stuff.
Pharaoh Lad is Shooter.
Yeah, so that's a little bit later.
Period.
Yeah,
So the Mike Grell from the 70s,
right?
The Levitz, the Great Darkness Saga, and what's the other one? The Oath.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
The Choice.
The Choice. Yeah. Then there's the. I saw they're doing an omnibus of that Keith Giffen, the 5 years later one from
not.
They canceled it.
I think they canceled a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
It's DC, and you're questioning if they canceled
there's
it.
There's a late '80s run with the Keith Giffen that I really like. That run,
the post-crisis stuff.
Yeah, post-crisis.
Yeah. 5 year later stuff.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Yep. Maybe some of it's coming out. I don't know. Maybe they haven't officially canceled. I just assume.
Maybe it's one of the 10,000 things coming on DC streaming.
Well, a lot of those books are on the DC Universe app. If you want to read them on there, they're on there and pick up the trades when they decide to finally print them. Tyler Willits says, "You guys do the monthly comic sales chart every month, which I love. But what percentage of your sales are toys, statues, etc.? Anything you constantly need to refill, or they're usually one-time purchases for certain people? Very, very small." Maybe toys and statues, Magic cards, Pokemon cards, maybe 5% of what we sell.
Like a month?
Yeah. It's very small. They're cool. They're cool looking. They bring in people. People like to look at them. They sell very well to casual walk-ins. But the vast, 90% of what we sell more comic supplies than we do toys. Just percentage-wise, just dollar percentage-wise at the end of the month. Yeah, comic books or graphic novels represent, again, 90% of our 85% of our sales.
And
so.
He was asking about restocking and single buy stuff. Like we get Marvel Select figures. Those ones will.
They keep a lot of those in print.
So if we sell it, we can still get it. We'll restock that. We've gone to more core characters.
Yeah.
So if it's Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman in the DC stuff, we'll keep those.
Yeah.
I know you're doing the Marvel Legends. Mm-hmm. But are you going to keep doing those?
Yeah, we sell a lot of them. I purge out some of the duds we purge out, but we'll clearance out some peg warmers. But with statues, I tend to get one. I just order a couple every month, so we sell a couple every month. So when new ones come in, they just kind of replace the ones.
Or they don't even get in the thing.
Or they sell before they hit the shelf, and they make so many of them. I don't restock them. I just kind of we special order a lot as well, but it tends to not be a thing that we
display. And
your toys and statues tend to go a lot faster on your sales.
We sell some, yeah.
The gallery figures have done really well.
Statues tend to go a lot faster when Jim is.
I think your microphone's off.
Your toys and statues tend to go a lot Faster when Jim.
Actually, I've stayed away from plastic, so I'm not doing the toys anymore.
Statues.
Let's not talk about this.
Exactly.
Those gallery figures have done really well.
They've done okay. Yeah. Generic Protagonist says, with only a few issues left of Adventures of Super Sons, do you think that's the last we'll see of Kid Jonathan, a.k.a. the best new comic character in years? Yeah, probably for now.
No. Did you read the last issue?
Think they're going to go back
Did you read the last issue?
Of Superman?
Of Adventures of Super?
No.
You didn't read it?
Not this most current one. No.
Oh, there's a 10-year time jump, and now he's
No,
an adult.
there's like a 4-day time jump with Jonah Hex, and they're literally talking about like, oh my god, this happened. I'm like, there's your next Adventures of the Superboys.
Just
like
another
mini
arc.
is the journey with Jonah Hex or in Hex World.
That'd be awesome. That'd be super cool.
Like, it's Tomasi. He lays the groundwork for that potential stuff.
Yeah. I'd love them if they keep doing miniseries for it.
Because this stuff is the mini we're getting now is in between something that was in Super Sons.
Yep.
So
We'll come back to that question. Armando.
Is Bryce still connected?
I think he's
Yes.
Hey, Bryce. You there?
Bryce,
He's
on Marvel Puzzle
He's
Quest.
juggling right now.
he forgot to unmute himself.
it went really quiet.
No, he's juggling.
Yeah, he's coming back, he says. That's good because I'm going to skip his question. I'm going to skip the question that was for him.
Did he go to the bathroom?
Armando
Did you
Testani
go to
says,
BRB?
yes, he says, I subscribed to the DC Universe app on May 30th. May 30th. When it was 80 cents for 1 month. May 30th.
I think he means March
30th. Yeah.
Because that's when I did it too.
I'm interested in starting in
I
on
saw
some...
that the day after they stopped doing it.
Charlie tipped me to that like 3 days ahead of time. At WonderCon, in line
Yeah.
at WonderCon, I
Yeah.
get this message from Charlie.
At
DC's having a sale. Sign up.
Why do
We're
you...
literally right about to go in. I'm like, shut up, man. We're all. Oh, but what about the sale?
Kevin, pay $74.99 right now for 15 months right now and never have to worry about it for another 15 months.
But he gets fucking crazy when he's like, I'm done with my shows, but I'm paying for this. What am I going to
No,
do?
you already paid
what am
for
I going to do?
You're not paying
No,
for
you
it.
don't understand his fucking point, obviously.
You've paid for it once, and now you don't have
Hey,
to
Kevin,
worry
is
about
the
it.
tax write-off for you? It could be.
It could be, yeah.
Armando
let's go on.
says-
Armando's question.
Stop
I'm
having
interested.
anxiety.
I'm interested in starting it on some Animal Man. Which runs do you recommend? There's not any
wow.
other question.
don't
I
give
can
it to him.
answer
You
this
can
for
take
you.
it.
Yeah.
It's fucking Grand Motherfucking Morrison. Even I can tell you that
There's
one.
even a wonderful
Did I
omnibus
read
for you to
any of
buy.
it? Absolutely not. But I can tell you it's going to be the Grant Morrison run.
But this is beyond just the Higgins-Morrison banner waving. That's legitimately maybe like the only...
Well, and the new stuff.
The Jeff Lemire stuff
Yeah,
is really
that's
good. And they're doing an omnibus.
The Jeff Lemire stuff I thought was good.
But it takes so much from the Morrison run. You
Yeah.
have to read the Morrison run.
Like, the
first.
Morrison is Animal Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even the Silver Age Strange Adventure stuff is not very good.
Nah, it's just weird little
Yeah.
side stories.
52 Animal Man's pretty fun.
Ian 52.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animal Man's great. Yeah. But yeah, if you're going to want to read Animal Man stuff, read the first 26 issues.
Yeah.
26?
Just
Yeah,
grab
sounds
that
right.
the omnibus that
It has my favorite single panel in any comic book ever in it. So you know which one it is.
I know which one it is. And it also has one of my favorite comic issues ever, which is the
one
Coyote
with the
Gospel.
Coyote. Yeah.
Number 5.
There's an issue where he runs into Wile E. Coyote. It's pretty incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah. Serial numbers filed off, but Wile E. Coyote. Cyclops says, from time to time, I've heard you guys mention Viz Comics on the podcast.
Hell
Are they
yeah.
the same Viz Comics that run in the UK?
Wait, what?
There is a company called Viz in the UK, and Viz in America is a Japanese company that owns...
Well, they're not Japanese.
Well, it's the
they're
American
doing
branch
mangas.
of it's the American branch of a Japanese company that owns most of the manga.
Sure.
There is a company Viz in the UK, but
It's not the same Viz?
No, it's not. No, it's a
For people that don't know, because he's talking slower, he's looking shit up on his phone.
yeah.
He's
Viz,
not tweeting. Maybe he's tweeting. It's quite possible, but maybe he's not.
I'm asking Twitter right now. No,
He's asking Twitter.
Viz in the UK.
He's too lazy to Google it himself, so he's asking Twitter.
Google's faster, man.
Viz in the UK is a parody magazine that parodies like Beano and Dandy and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's
a bunch
definitely not the same.
No. Yeah, it's a different company. Yeah, Viz is a well, they have Viz is
Wait, can you read that list again? What do they put? Beano?
no, it's a parody of stuff like Beano.
A parody of Beano.
Yeah.
Is that the thing
Bryce
that
back?
makes you fart less?
No, it's
I'm
an
here,
old
baby.
British.
Oh, there he is.
Right.
The Bryce is back.
Bryce, there's a question for you.
I haven't left.
No, yeah, we're not there yet. Yeah, because Viz. Oh no, well, so Viz is an American company. Viz US is an American company, but it's partially owned by Shueisha.
Yes.
Shogokan, Shueisha Productions. The whole
Bunch of words you can't say.
All the Japanese manga companies co-own Viz Media and publish all their stuff in English here and all their DVDs and everything.
But it's like Mad Magazine over in England.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Like a naughty Mad Magazine.
Oh, a naughty,
Not
a naughty Mad Magazine.
Not dirty, naughty.
Okay,
Naughty in the British sense, not in the American sense.
So like,
So just much more boring.
we just put a banana on the floor. Look how naughty.
Cyclops also says,
is it this man is about to die? Funny?
if you're
Naughty?
excited about a new comic series, do you buy the single issues or wait for the trade or even buy both? Come on, baby.
If
buy
you're-
those
Both.
singles.
If you're excited, you buy
buy
the
the
singles.
singles.
You buy
if
it.
you love it, you buy
the
both.
Right. Trade waiters, I have an insult, but I won't say it. Trade waiters need to get on the fucking bandwagon and buy some single issues, man, because you're missing out. No, trade waiters are fine. I'm just making fun of you. No, single issues. If you're excited, singles all the way, and if I like it, I buy both. Yeah.
And if
Or
you love
if
it,
it's
get the
Grant
deluxe
Morrison
hardcover.
or if it's Grant Morrison or
You buy
Jeff
every
Johns,
cover.
even if I don't like it, I buy both. Especially
buy
the
every
variant
cover.
covers. Huh?
You know, you buy every cover
You have
too.
to. Yeah.
And
Jeff Johns,
every reprint
single
of the hardcover.
Yeah.
reprint.
I bought my third prints of all the Doomsday Clock covers that came out today.
And how many Sandman sets do you have?
Single issue.
the singles.
Soft cover.
No. I have the
didn't
single
do- oh, yeah,
issues.
you did-
I have most of the original hardcovers. There's a few I'm still missing,
I gave you the one that was my fault.
and
so
I
you
have
can't.
the I have the
Absolutes.
absolutes.
Absolute sets,
So
right?
just 3.
3 sets?
Yeah.
No. There's a specific Sandman issue. How many do you have?
Of what?
There's a specific one.
Oh, like the new one shot? I don't know. Like all 12 covers I have or something like
see,
that.
there you
Yeah.
Now I can't point the finger at you. I own 12 copies of All-Star Batman #1, each cover 12 times, maybe 10.
14.
From Zach Fig. All right, here we go. How bad are the Red Sox going to suck against the Yankees? What a shit show today. Or will it be somewhat even considering all the injury woes the Yankees have had? Dude, the Red Sox, it's over. Just
Welcome to the
It's
baseball
not
podcast.
so bad.
Wait,
It's over.
It's
in
over.
April.
It's over. It's done. It's done. They're
Purple
done.
Sox have won.
They're done. It's just, it's such a bad start. They got fucking clobbered by the Yankees today, like 8-0. It's just so sad. I don't know what the
What
fuck
if
is
they
going on.
played the Purple Sox?
That'd be interesting. It's probably another sport.
Hey.
So Zach, he's one of my Red Sox, hashtag Boston Strong bros on Twitter. So I just man, it's so sad. How do you win the World Series and then suck so bad the next year?
I don't know.
You said you had a question
Ask
for
the
Bryce,
Giants.
that you skipped.
It's coming.
The Giants, that never happened to them. The Giants are still great.
No, but
Leave the
remember
Giants
they were,
alone.
They won the World Series and they were sucked the next year, and then the year after they won it again.
Thank you for
Here's
the
a question,
history lesson. They won it 3 times in 5 or 6 years, so they are awesome, unequivocally.
Off and on.
Here's a question I think Kevin's going to have an answer
That's
for.
a
This is
word.
from Jesus. He says, the DC Universe app just dropped 8,000 more comics. I'm going to start with Camelot 3000. What am I in for? I've never read it.
Oh,
Seriously?
Yeah, I've never read Camelot
it's a
3000.
good story.
Is that the one with Lady Pendragon and they
Yeah.
did like 15 naughty covers?
No,
No,
that was
Jim knows.
Lady Pendragon.
Jim will
yeah, that
school
was
you.
Image.
It's a
Yeah,
fun,
Lady Pendragon.
Yeah, no, that's different.
fun
That's
sci-fi
different?
story with great art. It's a fun book, and it's a good read, and you won't be sorry. And especially, you're getting the advantage of being able to read all of them. Whereas
The last issue was like
in
a
the
year
real
late or
world, it was
something.
like issue 12. I think was like a year and a half late,
Yeah.
something like that. So enjoy it. It's not going to like set the world on fire and change your perception of comics, but it's solid and fun, and the art is amazing.
Yep.
Is it anything like the cartoon I used to watch on Saturday morning where this team of football players somehow got transferred into like...
Not even
This
close.
is in the year 3000.
Oh, it's in the future.
Somebody finds
But this is
Excalibur,
like-
and
yeah.
so it's like the King Arthur story, but in a science fiction setting.
This is like a football team in King Arthur land, and somehow they all got these cool armors and they go to battle.
Okay, you're sort of right, but you're sort of wrong.
No, I'm dead serious.
No,
mostly
I'm talking about I'm talking about Kevin's
part is
synopsis.
only in the theme song that to show you that they're actually all football players for some reason, and somehow they land in King Arthur land, and they're all knights. It's almost like Dungeons and Dragons, kind of. But this is
Okay, can we move on?
You know what he's talking about?
It's in the year 3000. Aliens start invading Earth. a guy stumbles upon King Arthur's tomb.
If you talk about aliens and King Arthur, how is that so far-fetched from football players and fucking King Arthur?
Moving on to the next question.
Had 2 questions from 2 different people with the same question. What are the odds of the X-Men animated series coming to Disney Plus? 100%. Give it time.
What?
Yeah, 100%. Just give it time. It's owned by Fox, right?
Oh, mama.
Yeah, just give it time.
Yeah, I think what people fail to realize is
it's
the
going to
Fox
be HD for the
catalog
first
is
time.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
They're going
Wait,
to clean
HD?
it up.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
No, it's me fucking guessing.
Oh.
But yeah,
Wolverine will still go, yeah.
They will eventually bring all that stuff, all those Fox.
Oh, yeah. They're going to bring the Fox catalog over, and
yeah, all that stuff eventually. It'll happen. I think
because Fox is
Oh,
like,
no,
we don't want to
man,
do
that
it.
means I get to see the horrible Jessica Alba movie over and over again.
All right, one question for Kevin and then one question for Bryce. Question for
I want to
Kevin.
make sure Bryce Larsen Quotes has enough material to work with.
Oh,
No, Bryce
he
Larsen
will
Quotes.
trust me.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
Kevin, should
Justin.
we switch answers to our questions?
Wow. I don't.
No. Here's a question
Okay,
for
Ryan
Justin.
says no.
This is for everyone, but I want to hear Kevin's take on this because we've had a little bit of conversation about it. What are your thoughts, and are you keeping up with the Doom Patrol show?
Thank God we didn't switch.
What?
Should
Wait, what just happened? Ask that again?
What are your thoughts, and are you keeping up with the Doom Patrol
No,
show?
sorry. He has signed an exclusive deal to not talk about on this podcast.
Oh,
If you want to hear him, give us a couple of weeks when Doom Patrol ends, and you could be a Patreon member and possibly listen to this other podcast called The Roundup, and there you'll hear.
I hear there's a good Titans discussion going up.
yeah.
in
yeah,
like
yeah.
5 months.
That look of
In
Toby
5
giving
months.
me.
I will say.
I have. I didn't realize there was 3 different episodes you gave me. I have them.
It's
They're
because
going
you
up.
never loaded any of the other ones up in the past. Plus 2 were new out of the 3. 1 is old.
Who's the questioner?
Justin.
Justin.
Is this Justin Grossgene?
No.
I am.
It's definitely
like
not pronounced
3
that way.
behind, I think, or 2 behind. And speaking the most generally that I can,
Yeah. He loves it.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's
really good.
It's something that I was surprised. I thought this would be the harder kind of tone and balance to get versus like something like Superman and Batman. But I think the freedom that they have with the Doom Patrol is because it's on the streaming service and because it's kind of unknown character. When you get into Superman and Batman and 100 million plus budgets, a lot of fingerprints start coming in on the product, whereas this has more freedom. And I'm just there's something in every episode that's made me go, wow, I can't believe they did that. How cool.
Yep. It's pretty crazy. I'm
if
loving
you want
it so
more
far.
than that, he's not
Yes, we're
allowed
gonna-
to talk about
that's
this on
all I
this
can say.
podcast. He has an exclusive deal with me.
That's all
I
I can
didn't
say.
realize we were fucking like rap battle gangs here or something like that. So
He's mine, motherfucker.
yeah.
Signed.
The final question of the night. Now, of course, any of you that have to use the bathroom, feel free to get up during this point. Anyone that wants to check out, if your phone has not been charged,
What is this? Please read the
recently,
Patreon names.
If your phone has not been charged, you may want to
after
plug it in.
this.
Indicator, your dog's going to really thank you after this. Talon on Twitter says Bryce as the #1 cable fan.
No, he's
Oh,
number
my man,
Can you
Talon.
please explain the complete and complex origin of cable?
Wow, Bryce, I'm glad we didn't switch questions.
Before
What,
he gets started, this King Arthur cartoon I was telling you about, Lane brought his phone over, and he has a synopsis. A synopsis
What is the name
go
of
by-
it?
King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Or Justice Table. King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. Best damn cartoon ever made. When King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table are defeated by the warlords, and then Queen Guinevere is later captured by foes, the visit Merlin recruits a group of football players and their equipment manager from the present day to protect Camelot and save the Queen.
It's the equipment manager that really gets it.
Yeah. Anyways. Sorry, Bryce.
What was the question again?
It's
The origin
of
Origin of
cable.
cable.
Hey, that just gave Bryce plenty
Okay.
of time to open up a Wikipedia page.
Oh, he doesn't need that. He's #2 cable
No,
fan.
it's all up here in the noodle. Okay, so Talon, my boy from I believe it's Bellevue, somewhere around ish there, maybe Tacoma, I forget, but I think Bellevue. Anyway, Who is Cable? Talonbray? Well, let me just crack my knuckles and lean back in my chair. Let me take a sip of this. What is this? That's not Cable juice, but it'll get the job done. Yeah. Who is Cable? Well, in his original introduction...
I'm going to take a walk for a second.
Cable's an experienced military commander and a mutant who's been at war for most of his life. Okay, he's had considerable telepathic and telekinetic abilities, but has to use most of his superpowers constantly to keep himself from dying. You see, a disease, I believe Apocalypse... I don't believe anything. I know for a fact that Apocalypse gave him this disease called the techno-organic virus. Okay, it's already converted a lot of his body, like his awesome left arm and his awesome eye, into these bionic parts. Okay, and it'd consume even more of it if it could. It's like this flesh-eating virus that like he has to keep at bay telepathically. Okay, fortunately, these bionic parts give him superhuman strength and somehow agility, which is like, you know, how does a bunch of metal on your body make you more agile? It's comics talent, you know. Help a brother out. All right, so anyway, that makes up for his mental powers almost always being tapped out. If you're reading the current X-Men stuff, we saw that his clone, X-Man, is like this... What is like after Omega? There's nothing after Omega, but if there was like another character after Omega, that's what Cable should be when he's not having to battle with this crazy techno-organic virus, okay? And X-Man doesn't have the techno-organic virus, which is why X-Man can be so crazy powerful, okay? So his backstory, most simplified, is that Cable is Nathan Christopher Ascani's son, Bryce is better than Ryan, Charles Summers, son of Scott Summers, and Jean Grey, although, you know, do we want to talk about Madeline Pryor? For Talon's sake, we'll just say Jean Grey, even though it was Madeline Pryor, and we won't go there right now. He was sent far into the future as an infant, as a little baby boy. This little baby boy, what's he going to do in the far future as an infant? But he was sent there for his own protection and returned to the present day as an adult mercenary and all-around handsome badass. But Nathan Summers and Cable... appearances in different times. Baby Nathan Summers appeared in 1986, and adult Cable first appeared in 1990. They were not intended to be the same character. There's the whole thing with this Major X release of Rob Liefeld getting all upset about. I don't think that the baby was supposed to be the same character as Cable, and so for some reason these speculators have this issue of this baby going for way more than it should be because they're just expecting it to be Cable. I'm not really sure about that. You're gonna have to ask Higgins and Jim. Are we still recording, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, so. Well, I don't know.
Ryan and I are the only ones listening to you.
We're
but
waiting.
Yes.
I'm waiting. We're getting the whole story.
Okay. Anyway.
And I'm here to correct you, so just keep on going.
So that connection. How am I doing, Jim?
You're doing good so far.
Okay.
Toby, whatever you're playing, turn it off.
You forgot Dayspring though, but that's okay. Keep going.
I don't think I did, and if I did, it's not my fault. It's Higgins' fault.
That's okay.
Anyway, so the connection between the baby and the adult badass awesome mercenary was fixed in, I think, 1993 or 4. And once that happened, Cable's backstory became the product of some of the like most batshit crazy like X-Men continuity changes that we've ever seen. So Nathan Summers' birth is just this. Wait, hold on. You know what? I should just make sure
X-Men
that
201
finish before we get too far down the line. And so let me just say that the whole Madeline Pryor thing is very complicated, and so we won't get into that. Let's just talk about X-Force in the 90s and when he becomes like even like the most badass. Okay, so. Jean Grey and Scott, even though it's Madeline Pryor's baby, somehow Jean Grey and Scott have custody of little baby Nathan Summers, okay? And they're co-parenting, so it's very complicated. And then Chris Claremont, who's been like ushering in this whole story, by the way, if you've been following along, Chris Claremont was sort of running the ship at this time, okay? So for 17 years, not all of which were, you know, he was writing about Cable, but for a lot of this time, he was going ahead and writing about all the characters, which included Cable. But, you know, you have to keep in mind that, like, nowadays, we take so much for granted the fact that like these like what happened back in the day with Chris Claremont and all these artists and writers that would stay on books reliably and like forever. Like that doesn't happen nowadays. Like that was such an awesome thing that happened that we just don't get anymore. And so, you know, Jim Lee isn't going to work for like a decade on any. Well, maybe is that even true? I don't know what Jim Lee's even doing right now, but. Anyway, so around 1990, I forget if it's Louis or Louise Simonson, somebody Simonson, I think it's Louise, and Rob Liefeld have this character named Cable that shows up in New Mutants. I'm certain that it is New Mutants 86.
So for the listeners. So Kevin decides to sit down.
Bryce, I just sat down right now. After how long has this been going? And I literally, the first sentence I heard you say was, "So there's a character named Cable
that shows up in New Mutants." And the face Kevin was making, I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Okay. Well, maybe we can make this a multi-part thing.
Like, I went to the restroom, and I just sat back down.
Browsing the trades.
Yeah.
Through those. And Toby a Camelot 3000.
I just loved it. You put that button in, and you're like, well, you know, we get to this character named Cable.
Jesus. Did he start with a David Copperfield? I was born. My parents were born. They grew up.
There's no respect. I get no respect. Let's finish this.
Respect number 2 Cable fan. It's okay. Go on.
No. I lost all my headspace.
Cable first cameoed in New Mutants 86, appeared fully in New Mutants 87. That's where you picked up from. Pick up from there.
Kevin's head is like, what in the world was he talking about for the first 10 minutes?
Will Rob Liefeld do it inside?
Yeah, but he's not named Cable in that one. Go ahead, Bryce.
Oh dear. I don't know.
This is off the rails.
I think that I
now.
talked at you guys for a long time. Let's have this be like a part 1 of multiple parts.
So next week we'll pick up when Cable first appears. He was going into X-Men 201 and what's her name?
Madeline
Pryor.
and all the other stuff.
Everything up.
There is
So it's the David Copperfield. My parents were born. They grew up.
That's still not funny. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there was plenty to unpack. It's not like I was obfuscating or getting distracted. I was like laying into you guys.
I wanted
Ryan
to
and I were sitting here
I
enjoying
wouldn't
it.
have asked if I didn't want to know.
Yeah, falling asleep. Anyway, all right, we'll pick it up later.
No.
Continue.
No, are there any
Bryce?
other questions? I feel like I was talking at you guys. I didn't even know if you were still recording me at some point.
Yes.
I have not told you to stop recording, so we were still recording. Yes,
Continue
of course.
on,
There
Bryce,
was a question
man.
asked.
All right. So, okay. Where-ish was I? I don't know if Kevin needs to go to the bathroom again. So, we have Cable born to Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor. All right, Madeline Pryor obviously being the clone of Jean Grey. No surprise there. He's sent to the future to save his life from the techno-organic virus. Again, duh. Okay. And there's some prophecy or destiny that he has to fulfill as the leader of the Askani clan because he's the Askani son. And so he's raised in this apocalyptic future for 12 years. And let's see here. Then what I'm actually confused about and don't really know much / anything about is this whole...
Jim can give you the answer.
Pardon me?
Jim can tell you.
Keep going.
The whole, adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix, that whole thing, I'm not sure if I was just too young and I only read it once, or if the art was so bad, or if the story was so bad. But I'm not sure if that's, canon, or if they're just oh, this is really popular, let's say that they were there. That part, I'm not really sure about. But what I am sure about is that scrolling back to this character named Cable that joins us in New Mutants.
that was like a current day story where they find themselves thrown into the future and kind of watch them grow up, right?
Right, but I don't know if that was like, if Marvel has said that that's what was the story all along, or if they're just like, oh, like they're just going back to like watch this happen from the sidelines, because I know that he interacts with them in the story, but I don't know if that's like canon or if that's like, you know.
I would assume
it was canon. Slim, them going into the future and taking on the personas of Slim and Red.
Right.
That was all canon.
And so that did manipulate his upbringing?
Basically, they raised him. They helped raise him in the future.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be canon or not, because that happened like 2 decades later, was they were like, oh yeah, and by the way, Cyclops and Jean Grey were there, and it wasn't even Madeline Pryor. So that's all very weird to me. But anyway, so we can agree that Cable comes to New Mutants, and he's eventually the default leader to this Black Ops X-Men group called X-Force. Okay, he quickly becomes one of the 2 best Marvel characters with Deadpool. Obviously, both Liefeld creations. Let's see here. I mean, what else do we have in terms of? He also
had his own.
He wanted to know about
the
the origin. I mean, the origin sort of happens all before he shows up in New Mutants, right? Does the question ask for his origin?
Yeah.
I mean, so how is that? But basically, what we have here is we have this like epic, like unparalleled, like story put together by Claremont over like something that will never happen in any comic book like company ever again is what Claremont did with the X-Men in the 80s and 90s. And what that did was that laid the groundwork. Like, he was so good at like planting these seeds, and Rob Liefeld was very fortunate to be able to reap the benefits from one of these seeds. And I'm not trying to take away from Rob Liefeld, like he had this great idea, and he took one of the seeds that Chris Claremont, I believe, left for, you know, the betterment of the brand, and he made him into this like unstoppable tour to pop culture force, who's the best Marvel character that there is.
Okay, that's Cable. It's Cable in a nutshell.
How do we do?
Very good. Toby's laughing fit is over. He has regained some amount of stability. Maybe he's starting to crack. No, he's distracted. That's fine. Your nonstop.
I added
laughter.
to it. I said Cable in the '90s cartoon had his own theme song in the show.
I know.
Oh God, Cable's great in everything he does.
Well, we'll have to have Bryce explain the origin of some other character next time.
Oh God, Bryce does the origin of characters. Is our new segment?
Oh man,
that's how you
saddle
wrap
up
the podcast.
Saddle up, boys.
I think that's it. Bryce, thank you for being on.
Wait, we have
thanks
questions.
for calling in. We went through all of them.
That's it.
I miss you guys so much.
Bryce Larsen,
How many did you just skip?
I'm gonna tweet in and request Bryce tell the origin of Hawkman in the future.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wait, I don't think you guys understand. I know Cable. I don't know Hawkman.
He can do the origin of Bishop next.
Have you been reading the Hawkman series?
No.
This
was recommended.
The joke is that the Hawkman's origin is extremely convoluted.
Well, I mean, that I am aware of, and I've read enough Hawkman to know that, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, it's so crazy. And by the way, he's like awesome. He's like a very, very cool DC character, and he doesn't even like touch Cable's shoes.
All right,
because that's what it means to be cool.
Touching shoes.
Yep.
All right.
Confirmed.
Can you use Liefeld boots?
Well, we are going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you, everyone,
ankles.
for listening. We're going to thank our good friends on Patreon. That'd be Julian Titus at the Nerds of All Pants podcast, pixelbit.com. Don't forget about Jody Lawson, the Canon Triad Comics Anthology at triadcomicstudios.com. Sam Che, Craig Anderson over at craigpanderson.com. Go check out his services, especially if you're a professional. He'll help you be an even better professional. Joe Duff.
He can tell you how to walk your dog.
Thank you, Joe. Andrew Nelson Mendez at Recovery of an Anime Junkie podcast. If you like anime, go check that podcast out. It's on iTunes and everywhere you find your normal podcasts. Page Turners. It's a comic book podcast at pageturnerspodcast.libsyn.com. And Tyler Willits. Thank you, Tyler. As always, Thursday Thunderdome at Thursday T-Dome on Twitter and ThursdayThunderdome.com. 2 men enter. One.
Wait a minute. Thursday Thunderdome is Tyler Willits?
Yeah. It is.
Oh, Tyler, my man.
2 men enter, 1 topic, and we see who leaves.
I kept getting these saucy tweets from Thursday Thunderdome, and I love them. I absolutely love them, and I didn't realize that it was Tyler.
It is. If you'd like to hear our previous episodes or anything else, go to Comic Conspiracy Podcast. I can speak. Geekbox.
I need to ask Bryce something in a second.
Net. Well, it's because we're almost done with the podcast. You can ask him when we're off the air. And iTunes.
It's better if we're on the air.
No. And iTunes. You can find all our episodes on there. Rate and review us, please. It always helps. If you go to youtube.com/comicsconspiracy, you can find not only all our previous episodes of this podcast, you can also find my 10-minute video of me filming the cast of Avengers Endgame at Disney's California Adventure a few weeks ago.
You're so proud of that.
That's
one.
on there.
Wait, you were there when that happened?
Yeah, that's why he talks about it nonstop.
I thought he was talking about it because he just like has such a hard on for Disney that he was like, look how cool Disneyland can be.
Yes, I was like 10 feet away from
Look at these red circles with arrows. We were there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. I didn't know that you were actually there. I thought it just happened and you love Disneyland, so you're following the webcams.
No.
So is next week the Endgame
2 weeks
episode?
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? So next week is the Hellboy episode, obviously, then, right? Well, why is everybody laughing? I'm dead serious right now. The full episode is Hellboy, right?
That's on the roundup.
On the roundup, exactly, yeah.
Well, I mean, no, this one.
I don't think we're going to be covering it. If anyone sees it and wants to talk about it all they want. I don't expect I'll see it next week.
I'll make you watch it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tie you down.
Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy. If you want to kick us a couple bucks, you can go over to Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy. Always helps there. We've got some great backers. Digital.comicsconspiracy.biz is our digital storefront. Lots of digital comics on there. Always worth picking up some cheap books. Of course, comicsconspiracy.biz is our physical storefront. If you want to order 10 copies of Naomi #4, sorry, limited one per customer, but you can still go on there and buy copies before you flip them on eBay for $25 or whatever.
No, you're good.
Did I already get it?
Customer.comichub.com will tell you,
fuck
Toby.
you and your damn hub.
What is this? What is this name?
Ryan was so much nicer before the damn hub. He got so lazy fucking when the hub came along. So lazy.
There's a Brian Michael Bendis book called Naomi, Bryce, that's coming out from DC. The speculators have gone absolutely fucking bananas for.
Hey, am I getting the Angel book?
There's do you subscribe to Buffy?
What the fuck? I don't know what's going on with the hub. I'm asking the store owner who pulls my books.
Do you subscribe?
I don't believe you subscribe to Buffy, so I don't believe you're subscribed to Angel now.
I'm quite relieved that when I left, you guys. Well, I never really left, but when now that I've moved states, that you guys have somebody that really took up the mantle of the swearing and really has been owning it.
I don't know.
I'm not owning it. Ryan is just pissing me off.
Why? What did I do?
I believe
Pull
Ryan.
my fucking books like you used to.
You never get Angel?
You don't pull his books
get
like
the
you
fucking
used
new
to.
I like how
book.
you said, Bryce. First off, Ryan had the first F-bomb tonight. I clocked it. But second, I like how you told Brock he had to take his question offline. But we're discussing Toby's pull list while the recording is still going.
Well, I just don't know. Are you subscribed to Buffy?
Yes.
Okay, then you got Angel.
I don't know.
Oh my god, you got Angel because you're subscribed to Buffy.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm subscribed to it. I just know I bought every single issue.
Well, then, if you...
Will you have them on the shelf is what I'm asking.
Angel is 20 feet behind you. Your pull
Oh,
box,
I'm not fucking getting it
pull
right
box
now.
is 10
Good
feet
thing
that
I
way.
showed
You
up
look it
tonight.
up. I don't know. I don't think I filed it in your pull box. I don't believe
you
so.
You used to know. Like,
No, I
used to be
didn't.
like, hey, man.
I really didn't.
Did I get this
He
book?
did
Oh,
used to
yeah, I
know.
got you
Toby,
covered.
I'm with you on
I
that
already
one.
threw it in your book, in your box. And now it's like, I don't know, ask the fucking hub. I'm like, I don't want to ask the fucking hub. It used to be I talk to a human.
I can just imagine
now I got
Toby
to talk to
yelling
the
at
hub.
a computer, his phone at the app, going,
Toby,
tell me what I need
so
to
angry
know.
at the hub.
ConspiratorBrock.com has Brock's blog and video pull list, unboxing videos. You can go over there, watch all his unboxing videos. Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast. That's Charlie's Doctor Who podcast. I believe he'll be back on next week. Yeah, he'll definitely be here for Endgame. He better be. We're definitely 19 people here for Endgame.
He's in Portland.
Nuts. Etsy.com/shop.
Is, yeah.
No, he is.
I thought he was in Vegas.
No, he drove to Portland.
He's in Portland.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He
texted me that he was coming to Portland, and I was like, awesome. Do you want to get together or something? And no reply. It was just, okay, well, thanks for telling me you're bringing the family to Portland, Charlie.
He's got his entire army with him.
Yeah.
Etsy.com/shop/Leanne Hill Art. There's a new print up there. It's a Shazam family, or Captain Marvel family, if you would, but Shazam family. Very good print. I really like it.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
We have copies here at the store, and of course you can order on the website. If you go on Twitter, Ryan Higgins Ryan, that's me. Go follow myself. Brock is Brock Sager. Bryce is Larsen Bryce, Larsen. Toby is Toby XI. Jim, your LD Exterminator. Kevin Sharp is That's Kevin Sharp. The store is Comics Con Store. Lots of us on Twitter you could follow. And I'm the only one that posts.
So
I know, Kevin, you post.
You know that tweet?
I post.
You know my tweet about where I'm getting warmer on figuring out who Bryce Larsen
the one
quotes
random
is?
tweet you had this year.
But anybody who hearted it, they're moving to the top of my list of who Bryce Larsen quotes is.
Very good, very good.
So I'm maybe narrowing it down to 5 because only 5 people read my tweet.
Bryce Larsen quotes me, Casey,
And I did, I think.
Yeah.
who and who.
And 4 strangers.
But, Toby, isn't the mystery better?
Yeah, but solving the mystery is even better than better.
I was the best.
The aspiring Nightwing wants to solve the case.
You can't argue with logic like that, Toby.
No, I was like, Bryce, are you excited for Tyler's gift to you this year?
Oh
yeah,
it's what I look forward to most every year.
Do we know what it is?
Yeah, we revealed it on the episode.
Yeah.
Like, when we got
I give you your print.
We revealed it? I know I
but
got that.
Luckily, Bryce doesn't listen, so it'll still be a surprise gift when he gets it.
No, I listen. I'm just...
So what is it?
For
Bryce?
new listeners, I don't want to spoil...
Selective listening.
You don't want to spoil it for the new listeners.
Geekbox, Comedy Button, Manga Machinations, and Infinite
Gotcha,
Binge.
Bryce.
I
damn
hosted the
it.
Geekbox this last night along with Justin Haywald. We had
And
lots
it
of
is a 1,000 times better than the non-Ryan Higgins hosted episode
Did I
of
tell
this
you
podcast.
about the random
didn't
time
say
I ran
that.
into Ryan Scott in fucking Seattle, out
did.
of all places,
You
in the
did.
Uber line?
You did. It's funny stuff.
It is, because I looked at him, he looked at me.
And that was the end of it.
And we were just silent.
that's
And he
hilarious.
was like, sup? And I was like, sup? And he was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, some nerdy thing. And he goes, oh yeah? What are you doing here? Also some nerdy thing. And
Yeah,
then
that's
we just...
pretty much how this interaction, I envision it going.
That was the end of it.
That's totally how it went.
No,
I believe it. I believe it. So if you're here to talk about Star Wars and at Reggie and the takeover of Doug Bowser,
Who the fuck is Reggie? Oh, that Reggie?
he got his he got a Twitter account at Reggie Fils-Aimé.
What do you mean? I
Dude,
thought we finally got
fucking
rid of him.
No,
He looks so creepy, man.
blue
Can't he
check
just
bo-
go away from my life?
He not
Like
only,
my nightmares are like of his face on a choo-choo train. Okay, like why is he in my life? Can
Not
he just go away?
not only does he get at Reggie, he also get blue check marked for this
No!
first tweet. This is the only at Nintendo does this happen. Okay, they've held on to that for years. They must have. So yeah, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Choo-choo train face can go away.
You can see him have his big me head. He bobbles around with his big me
The whole
head.
bubble, everything is creepy, man. He should just not move anymore. Be a Vax figure.
Are you still recording?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're still recording. Like, people are going to go, wait,
Typical.
there's still 20 minutes left of this podcast?
After the words, we're going to wrap up now.
Pretty normal.
No, it just gets worse and worse.
Pretty
and worse.
normal. Bryce, once again, thank you very much for being on. We'll Skype you.
That was
on
my
our,
pleasure. I missed it. Hopefully now that we figured out this Audacity thing, assuming it
us
works.
figuring it out.
Wait, by the way, is
on.
it supposed to? Is the program supposed to still be running?
Yeah, it should be. So do you
Well,
see
I
that?
heard a ding. I think his computer might have.
Do you see in the top left-hand corner, Bryce? There's like an orange square.
The top left-hand corner, there's an orange square. You mean the black square, the first stop?
It could be black. It's orange on my end. And the second, you're going to want to hit that, okay?
I will hit it as soon as... Well, never mind. That's a lame joke that I never tell. Okay, yeah, no, I'm ready to do it, and then I export it to an MP3 and send it to you.
God, this
That's
is great radio.
how you do it. Well, you export it to a WAV file first of all.
I know,
but yes,
I was waiting for you to freak out that I didn't say wave. But yes, I was going to do wave file.
MP3 fine as well. But we're going to wrap up, and that is it. Bryce, hit that yellow button.
Gentlemen, ladies,
yellow button.
always a pleasure.
See you, Bryce.
The butts.
Bye.